Conscripted by a secret organization, a group of strangers is loaded into experimental metapods, hurtling their souls across dimensions and into unsuspecting avatars. With each trip across reality, these newly minted metapilots gain access to unique powers and abilities, slowly transforming them into true masters of the Metaverse.
Meta Monday! Welcome to Masters of the Metaverse on the Zombie RPS Entertainment channel on Twitch. I'm your host and GM, James Durham. Joining me at the table, I have Maggie Doyle, Vanessa Postel, Luke Abmondson, Ellen Brownhill, and Christian Doyle. Tonight we begin another part of our Planet Metaverse Invasion, the final episode in this particular series of the arc. Here. What is Masters of the Metaverse? Why, it's only the most interactive live stream RPG on the planet. Oh, you're cool. How? Well, first we've got our store, which some of you are very familiar with, but if you're not, take a moment now and look it over and look how you can control, influence, and change every part of the action as it takes place live with us. We also have our weekly Patreon polls. Do you guys want to know the results of them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
All right.
Yes.
Vanessa, you get plus 10 health and plus 3 to a roll this week.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
Helen, you get plus 10 health and plus 5 to a roll this week. Christian, you get plus 30 health and plus 4 to a roll this week.
Oh, no. Plus 4, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Luke, you get plus 20 health and plus 3 to a roll this week.
Thank you.
Maggie, you get plus 30 health and plus 3 to a roll this week.
Thank
I get
you.
plus 30 health and plus 4 to a roll this week.
Ooh, wait, you got the same as me.
James.
I don't know what happened there. You guys.
Somehow they made James crash-proof this week.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Oh, and speaking of Patreon, I've got some very special backers I want to thank.
Yeah.
Andrew Lively Prest. Thank you.
Thank
you.
Andrew.
Daniel Lamb. Thank you.
Thanks, Daniel.
And Angela Wixor, I hope is how you pronounce the last name. I'm
It is
sorry.
now.
It is now. But I'm sorry if I got it wrong.
That's on the internet.
Thank you.
Thank you, Angela.
Thank you, Angela.
And before we get into our recap and into our show, you guys had some waffles waiting for a little while, and we're going to take care of a couple of those today. We're going to start with one that was due to our green paradox, and Vanessa's going to be doing that one for us.
Can I say what it is or no?
It's a oh, sorry, wrong one. Yours is for Rickety Cat. I read it wrong. I'm sorry.
That's
That's the
good.
word salad one.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
We
Lord.
were given very
Sad.
specific instructions that this song is not allowed to make sense.
Oh, that's true. We'll skip the intro. Titanic, Safari, Blue, Forwardly, Coffee, Pincushion, for finding tingling.
Scams.
Leonardo DiCaprio,
That makes sense.
Potato, Starfire, Magnolia, Puppet, Pizza, Reinforcement, Wizard, Diagonal, Down, Cantaloupe, Discharge.
Oh.
It was. Never mind. Fallen. Necklace. Poster board. Pickles. Cats. Shirt. Pizza. Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yes.
Fantastic, Vanessa. That was amazing. Thank you so very much.
Thanks to Maggie who co-wrote that song.
Amazing.
That was great.
She gave like
did
You've earned that credit,
word
yeah.
I did nothing.
We do have one more
You said
coming.
potato.
This one
It's-
actually is for Our Green Paradox. I got it right this time. And this is about nerdy conventions.
And I am almost done with it. Really and truly. Okay. All right.
Thank you,
Let's see.
Paxmo. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
It was a little off tune. Sorry about that.
All right. If you've ever been to any Comic-Con, you know the fun of it is celebrating art. Artists, comics, creative panels, and of course, the epic cosplay. Play. Yep. This year I started 4 months early, so every detail would be done on time. I pressed my seams and sewed on my buttons with 2 whole hours left before con. Whew. Everything's going well, my cosplay looks good as hell. I feel powerful and fancy-free. Just one thing is bugging me. Everywhere I seem to find some laser-focused one-track mind that follows me around all day and can be heard to say, toss a coin to your witcher, oh Valley of Plenty, oh Valley of Plenty. Make it rain on your witcher, oh Valley of Plenty. I think we're at 14 seconds, so I'll stop there.
That made me really
Make
happy.
it rain on your witcher.
If you've ever been to any Comic-Con, then this thing you know to be true. There'll be a cosplay that's clearly overdone, and this could happen to you. So choose carefully, my young Padawan, or you too might be Geralt this year. With 1,000 bards all singing your cheers.
Yay!
So obsessed with The Witcher right now.
I know.
It's
Well
great.
played. Well played. Make it rain on your Witcher.
Make it rain on your
Make it
witcher.
rain on your
Make it
witcher.
rain.
Oh, that was fantastic. Thank you both so very much for those waffles. Those was just absolutely great. Now, before we get started, how about a quick recap of what happened the last couple of weeks? Who wants to do it for me?
It's not my turn.
That's true.
It is not my turn.
Where's that little?
Luke, Luke, do you want to give us a recap of
I mean,
the
I'll
last
do it.
If you wouldn't mind.
Sure, buddy.
I can tag.
suppose
Oh, I can do it. I can do it.
No. I think we do this.
Okay.
After the first chapter of Planet Metaverse, our pilots finally came back to Earth, only to discover that their Metaverse Prime has being invaded by alien invaders. Crash, along with the rest of the pilots that were present, went into pods to stave off one front of the invasion, which happened on a metaverse that they had not been to before. They found themselves in the avatars of cowboy dinosaurs. I said that almost with a straight face. Proceeded to steal a train, then break somebody out of prison, or do
Multiple people
Yeah,
out of
multiple
prison.
break a whole bunch of people out of prison. Possible avatars, it turns out, that were being experimented on by the bad guys. And then after they broke everybody out of prison, they decided to shoot themselves into space. Does that about sum it up for you?
that's about where we're starting. He's trying to get yourselves
All right,
into space.
I did something.
And we made a new friend.
Yes, Z19654 is very cooperative.
We did win that train.
It's true. You did win that train fair and square.
Absolutely.
And won our new science buddy.
Yeah.
We also blew up a
Buddy.
Zeppelin.
Yes, we did.
Zeppelin.
Thereby, almost ruining all of our escape plans. Hardly the point. It worked.
Not dwelling on that. No.
Yeah, we
Still succeeded.
we took out some dudes. That's what the bad guys went away. Off the board.
We are starting right where you left off. You are still in the lab beneath the lower floor of that wonderful little dome. Your brand new friend and companion, Z19654.
And Z has agreed to help us get to the space place.
Yes, you'll definitely need somebody with their DNA to get there. And you'll also need to find a way to disable those pesky little auto-destruct systems that they have for just blowing you up while you're in the middle of flying.
Right.
Because
So
that would be very inconvenient up in the stratosphere.
Yeah.
well, I'm going to work on that first.
Yeah.
And I will have Z point out what I need to be doing.
He is not proficient in the manufacture or in the repair of these devices. It's not his field of expertise. He'll help as much as he can, but it's not something that he really knows how to do.
Okay. Figured he knows the technology better than I do. Maybe. We'll see.
Does anyone have a repair or mechanic-based skill they can use to try and pull
sure
this
do.
off? Or possibly computer-based, if nothing else.
Yeah, no, I got.
Hard
I
no.
think I've got all of those.
I have no
Oh, yeah.
Computer
Shit.
stuff.
Yeah, I've got those. I can do those. Especially mechanic, which is kind of my specialty as this particular avatar.
I just have computer stuff if that could help. But
Absolutely. More than one person will get the job done faster and
Okay.
perhaps
I also have
safer.
mechanic.
I mean, you are attempting to remove a self-destruct
except
system.
I'm
You
on
don't
the
really want to mess it up.
side.
Yeah, so you
You
probably
can
got
still
the best.
access it.
You probably got the best computer score, right?
mine is 16.
Yeah, that's really good.
Yep.
Because
Yep.
thief.
Yep.
Oh, I beat it by 3.
Success by 3 on the computer score.
And I'm going to use my engineering repair to try and remove those things safely.
All right.
Those are the wrong dice because I'm not that awesome. In fact, I'm not that awesome at all. D10 too.
Hashtag MetaPoint. His name is totally zippity doodah and not Z26813574613457141.
Yay! Thank you,
Good
Kim.
work.
Lovely.
10, which makes it a 12, which means I still beat it by 4.
Beat it by 4. All right, working together, the two of you are able to disable and remove this system. You are also able to discover, Aquamarine, in the removal of this system, that it also disengages autopilot, the auto docking procedure, and tracking recognition from the main station. Everything will have to be done manually.
Of
Nice.
course.
Tell everybody.
No problem. We can make this work.
This has also removed the
Yeah, we
transponder, so you might not be viewed as a friendly ship when you break the atmosphere of the planet.
I mean, what would be the fun in that?
Maybe,
Yeah, of
but
course.
maybe,
But we also won't be automatically tracked.
Absolutely.
So we got that going for us.
Which is nice.
All right, gang. Who wants to go to space?
Now, I'm itching to go to space, but, anybody confident they can fly this thing?
No, I can.
Confident?
I can fly anything.
all right, but like on a scale of 1 to 10, like how confident are you about getting to space, a place you have never been?
Oh, I know the way. It's up.
My daughter born the 2nd of July 2020 wishes you all a great show. Hashtag crash buff, hashtag aqua buff, hashtag rosy buff, hashtag riot buff, hashtag buff.
Oh,
Congratulations! That's amazing news!
Oh my
Wow. That is so, wow. Thank
Oh my
you
god,
so
I just
much.
instantly
Oh, you got Maggie right in the feels.
You did happy belated
Wow.
birthday. And congratulations. Why are you watching our show, you baby?
Is your baby watching us?
Yeah, the baby's watching. That's why they're watching.
There we go.
Start him young, right?
Right.
off the bat.
Get them before
It's
the eyes
amazing
open.
to get
Yeah.
to
That
good
is a brilliant
taste so
plan.
early.
Cute, thank you.
Wow.
This one's for the baby.
This one's for that baby.
Guys, don't forget this
Born on
one's
February
for the
7th.
baby.
Yeah.
Thank you all so very much.
Oh,
Cute.
Besides, if you're not currently breastfeeding, I think that this show might be too immature for you anyway.
Fair point.
That's reasonable assessment.
whew.
I know, I write it.
Dinosaur.
Yeah, get them before they know what dinosaur hentai is, honestly.
Like that.
Party's a little bit different in this world.
Especially after
You
last
got
week.
that right. All right, no, but I'm saying, like, I know that space is up, but space is like way up, and like.
Now,
I reckon
I understand that I seem to you just an average, everyday, nearsighted ankylosaur that can repair just about anything and make a gun out of a tin can. But the other fella up here literally can control movement through space. Objects, not a problem, is all I'm saying.
Right. Okay. No.
Space familiar.
Right. And mine is also
Space
space familiar. I just I'm concerned. I mean, have you been to space?
Yes. But not as a dinosaur.
Right. Okay. And have you been to space as a dinosaur?
No
Have you been to space as a dinosaur?
Not as a
None of
dinosaur,
us have been
no.
to space as a
I went
dinosaur.
up real high
You're
once,
right.
and I lost.
Now, technically, we
Consciousness.
don't know that for sure. I mean, where did all the dinosaurs go? Maybe they went to space.
Are you suggesting that all the dinosaurs are kicking it in space with Tupac and Elvis?
No, I'm just trying to get in the ship so we can stop arguing.
What?
All right.
Rosie's
No, I'm
doing
on.
her Rosie thing.
No,
Wait, if we are-
I'm a giant coward, as my sheet clearly says.
Right,
Now,
and you
here's
add
my
that to what
question.
Rosie already has?
I'm just scared about going to space.
We got your back, Peretta.
Oh.
Don't worry. I can't guarantee you.
We'll eat you last.
Before we go up, knowing that something could happen, asteroids, atomic winter, whatever it is, to our dinosaur friends, seeing as we are kind of like an ark, should we gather 2 of every kind of dinosaur and put them in the spaceship with us just in case something happens to this world?
I don't know if we have that much room.
We certainly don't have that much time.
Fine.
You can go Noah later on.
Right,
That's a really
I'm
romantic
just gonna.
notion.
Otherwise, we're going nowhere. Okay, go on.
But next time, dinosaur Noah for sure.
Dinosaur
This time,
Noah.
just don't have time.
That's the only reason.
It is simple. It's a matter of taking one ship, keeping it off the grid long enough to siege a giant orbital space station. Should be easy.
Yeah. I like your attitude.
This is our wheelhouse, guys.
Let's do
Come
it.
on.
Let's do
This is our wheelhouse.
Okay.
Quick before that train catches us.
it.
Our train.
I'm betting that train follows us up to space. I'm just saying.
Well, of course it does because it's our train.
That's right.
Yeah.
Better. Okay.
All
What did
right.
we name the train?
Oh, you
Named
like
the
grabbed
train.
my hand.
I know,
At the end of the show, we were like, "That's its
That's
name."
it. That's its name. Oh,
Wow.
I forgot its name.
It's gone. We're gonna get it back.
Our baby.
Okay. We're
Okay.
gonna get it back. Thank you. Sorry. Anyway. Thank you, everybody.
Foreman rolled out.
We're gonna get it back.
This is only going to go well for us, I feel. All right, let's go to the cold, darkest reaches of space as
gonna
giant,
be cold?
cold-blooded lizards with
I
revolvers.
did not like being cold. Nobody told me it was gonna be cold.
I will turn on the heater on the way.
Wait.
Seat warmers.
Sure. Seat warmers.
My little bug's gonna be so warm.
Okay, everybody grab a seat. All aboard.
Is it possible to have like extra seat belts, James? Can I just have like all of them?
You're a little small for any of them, so.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's okay. I'll hold you.
I'm going to go ahead.
I'll hold you right in my lap.
I'm going to
You'll
go
be
ahead
fine.
and just bungee cord her to one of the seats.
It's gonna be like 80 safety.
That's great. Yeah,
One of us is just
bungee
holding
cord
on.
me.
Maybe zip ties if that's all that's available.
I'm in. I want to be so strapped in for space.
Yeah.
Space!
Strapped in for space.
All right.
She's good.
I'm bungee corded in.
Bungee corded and taped into place.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited. I got my
Who's
hat
flying?
up. Not me.
Let's make a piloting roll.
Woohoo! This is gonna be real fun.
I'm good at piloting, I
You going
promise.
up to space?
I'm good at it. Don't mean I did good. I beat it by 5.
Beat it by 5, which is good enough. It is a little harder with, your giant dinosaur hands to manipulate these controls, which are clearly meant for the soft, pink, squishy people you've run into before.
Oh my gosh. Do we look like we're piloting like little?
Yeah,
Brr,
it
brr.
is fairly difficult. But you do manage to break atmospheres rather quickly. I mean, this thing's not as fast as that fighter craft you put together, but it's almost as fast, which is kind of nice. It doesn't take long to break atmosphere, and you can see this giant orbital platform almost as soon
Found it.
as you break atmosphere. It must be
Big one?
more than 7 kilometers in size. It is huge.
See,
Wait,
plenty of places
wait,
to
wait,
land.
wait, somebody has to say it. That's no moon. Okay, thank you.
Significantly smaller than a moon.
Well played.
About 7 total kilometers in size.
Better
It's a
turn around.
large disc-like structure with 3 protruding extensions. 2 of them end in spheres.
Okay.
The round
The,
bits
uh,
look friendly.
Now,
The docking is in one or the other sphere. They both have docking in them.
all right. Well, here's where we are. We're still a couple 100,000 kilometers away from this thing.
Notice check.
What's the plan?
Are you telling me that we came all the way up into space? with
No.
plan?
I just want to know if everybody remembers what the mission is here.
I'm
I'll take
distracted by the
if
stars.
anybody remembers what the mission is here.
The mission.
Was to
We need to shut them down.
Thank you. Oh, the
Right?
Right. You did. That was correct.
Well, and we know we've
That's
got
his little
gates
brain.
coming in and out of here that we need to deal with.
Thank you.
They're all going to be up orbital, as they probably don't need any planet side.
That would fit the profile.
So we shut down all the gates. If that means shutting down the whole damn place, that's what we do.
Right. We should probably just shut down the whole damn place. I mean, they're trying to invade. I mean, just take them all out.
I would like to not outright kill these avatars.
okay.
We are responsible for their well-being and safety.
Wait, do you mean
Yeah,
our
I'm for not
avatars?
dying.
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't mean us hurting. I mean
Just
them.
saying, sometimes shutting a place down means blowing a place up.
Right. Oh, that's so dark.
It's a war.
Oh.
So you're telling me that we're not gonna Independence Day?
I'm saying I would prefer if we didn't. Well, we can Independence Day it so long as we, ain't doing the drunk dad flying into the ship thing.
Thank you. Yeah.
Right.
I'm just saying. I've got translocational magic
Like-
on my sheet. There is a real possibility that I could do the drunk dad flying into the ship thing and then escape at the last minute. But my stats on that are pretty darn low, so that's gonna be a last option.
So we'll just keep that in our back pocket for now. But I do like it. I
Right?
do like it.
Right? I've always wanted to do that thing too.
May have a couple ideas, but we'll have to see once we get a better
Yeah.
computer, which we'll probably have to do on station, since if we have our send out too many signals, it's gonna
They're gonna
basically
alert
act the
us.
same way as a transponder.
Yep.
Hey, Zippity, anything you can tell us about the layout of this place?
Well, can't tell you a tremendous amount. The majority of features are in that central disk location, the largest portion, and the 2 spheres on the end are where the docking is for ships to fly in and out from going from the planet. There's no other way to land or dock on it, especially without vacuum suits. So you're going to need to use one of those docking stations to board them.
If only we had space horses like in The Last Jedi. Rise of Skywalker.
Rise of Skywalker.
We need space horses.
We need space
Right,
horses. Do we have vacuum suits that'll fit? Never mind.
No,
that's a
you do
dumb
not.
question.
These alarms, no way.
Zippity, can you land it? Can you talk to him? Hey, it's me, Zippity.
I don't think that would work very well.
No, he's supposed to
If my commander's dead, I'm supposed to be dead too.
also, yeah.
But do they know your commander is dead?
More than likely.
Oh.
But you got a new commander now, so I think it's all okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
sure.
Yeah.
I don't think that will stop them from killing all of us.
No. I just wanted to preemptively, assuage any guilt you might feel. Not that you should be feeling
So,
guilt, but if you did feel guilt, then
I
maybe
think it's pretty
you
good
wouldn't.
that I'm not dead, so I'm gonna say okay.
Okay.
Hey, Zipper there,
I just checked.
what's the difference between the two landing spheres?
Well, I don't know for sure, as I didn't get to spend a lot of time on the station, but I came from that one, the closer one.
Where the scientists all came from?
Yeah, that's where we launched from to go to the planet. I don't know
So
if
do
that's
we
the same
want to
one.
be on the sciencey side on account of
Well,
there
since
might
that's the one
be
you
in,
know, I'm afraid
more
that's the one we're
noodle
gonna have
arms
to
and
go
a little
to.
less firearms.
Mm-hmm.
Right. No, the scientists. I think they'll be less scary.
Any idea how we land on this thing? We're just gonna have to get closer and find out, huh?
Well, usually they have
Just
the
cuddle
auto
up to it,
docking
see if it
procedure
accepts you.
engages and it auto docks, but we don't have that anymore. So
Okay.
That's
I
okay.
just have to figure it out, I guess.
I think I got the gist of these controls. Can probably maybe land us.
Yeah.
It does paint an adorable picture.
It
You
does
got
not,
this,
James.
Arthur. You can do this.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I'm gonna pull out a
You're
paper
all
bag
right,
and just.
girl.
Can I get a computer's roll from the co-pilot, please?
Oh, I'm co-pilot. Yes. Okay, that one I beat by 2.
Hey, man. It's better than not making it.
That station is letting out some kind of a passive scan. You think for now you might not be on it, but as you get closer, it's highly likely that they're going to notice that you're there.
As we get closer, it's highly likely they're going to notice that we're here.
Do we have any sort of cloak and anything?
This
And I
is
have
this is a
cloaks.
transport.
Well, we're just gonna have to fly at it really, really fast.
You don't want to fly casual?
Meta point.
All player.
Meta point used.
Meta point going full pilot.
Could I use my god magic to cloak us?
You don't know. You've never tried anything like that.
We know that they don't respond well to magic generally since they don't know how to use it or deal with it.
Right, but we're
But
finding
if they
a
don't
way.
know what it is, then they might.
They
know
probably
what it
do
is.
know what it is, but it's not something that they can use, so I recommend it.
Excellent.
Yeah,
So-
I'd like to try.
Since
to
you
use...
specialize in illusion, that would probably be like the best thing for us.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'd like to do that. Oh no, we don't have any meta points.
Mm-mm.
I'm gonna use my Rosie buff then.
Okay, Rosie.
Because I am rolling on D12s plus 2 over here. Ooh, no. Ooh.
Not used.
I am going to use my Rosie buff to move.
There you go.
There it is.
There it is. I will use my D10s.
Okay, Rosie buff is used.
So I beat it by 4.
All right.
Is that enough? Because if it's not, I could beat it by 7.
There's not going to be a difference between 7 and 4.
Great. Okay. I'm going to save my Patreon points then.
Not enough of a margin to change the game.
Great. Okay. So yeah, I use God magic to cloak us.
Define what you mean by cloak.
Well, if I'm being completely
We're all
honest,
wearing togas.
James, as I was watching Star Trek last night, when they cloaked the ship was there, and then like magic, it wasn't there.
Okay.
Cloak.
So she's using her version of Star Trek cloaking.
Yes, which is super strong and undetectable.
Even though she's from a Norse god, she's going to use Romulan
Hey,
magic.
there is Rosie up here, and she watched Star Trek, and it's very, very accurate.
Yes, absolutely.
It's like
Cloaking device.
Everything in that show is 100% scientifically accurate. That's just a fact.
Yep.
You begin closing the distance, and that 7-kilometer station gets larger and larger and larger.
I am trying to go literally, like once she says we're cloaked, I'm going to fly as fast as I can.
All right,
I
give me
think
a
that's great.
piloting check, and
Yeah,
can I get a
just get us
computer's
in.
check from my co-pilot?
And can I get a constitution
I'm a
check
co-pilot.
just in
The
case
rest
I
of
vomit
us.
all over?
There should be no inertia.
Hashtag MetaPoint, hashtag clarity, fly casual, and whatever you do, don't sing the Soviet national anthem because they will definitely hear you. I saw it in Red October, that's totally how that works.
Thank you, Jeff.
You
Awesome.
sang
you, thank you.
it!
Oh,
Say don't
Weirdly,
sing.
I've been thinking of the 742 guys as like space Canadians anyway.
Space
See,
Canadian.
Space Canadian.
Well, because they're all when you meet them and they're not like because we never meet the soldier guys. They're all so nice.
Oh, yeah.
I just imagine they're South Park Canadians.
they're all so nice. You know, they're like, oh yeah, I'll help you, bud. Sorry, we're invading your spot. 742 is essentially space Canadians. Even Zenda, the slimiest of the 742s, was super nice.
But he never offered
And he always was saying sorry.
Just one.
Just one.
He never offered us
Quick,
no.
somebody draw him in a Canadian tuxedo.
Yes.
Jeans.
Oh,
Oh no. Looks like
Yeah, I think we just made that canon.
Yes.
Space
did.
Canadians
Yeah.
Space
now.
Canadians.
That's how I'm gonna think of them.
Space Canadians.
They've got maple leaf tattoos right on their ass.
Yeah.
but they're
all
very
do.
technologically advanced. They're like Techinooks.
I couldn't know. Like...
But you see, they didn't kill us. I know some of them tried to kill us, but they didn't. And I think that was nice of them too.
Well, it's because we didn't beat them on the right field of battle. If we'd been
I
playing
beat it by
hockey, it
8.
would be different.
Oh.
I literally halved my score on that one, so I
think
flew
that
real
rolled- I
good.
think that I rolled earlier. Okay, but I beat it by 4.
By 4. You get closer and closer to this giant space station, and their
Co-pilot.
scanning starts to pick up. Like they're detecting something, but they can't figure out exactly what it is. And then
Detecting
4 of those
There's
little
nothing on the
fighter
screen,
craft
man.
launch out,
Search your
and they
heart.
go streaking past you, going way faster than you.
Oh, don't move, you guys. Don't
Floor
move.
it.
Don't.
Oh, I am. The
breathe.
thing is, I am flooring it.
Yeah, you're still going
And
fast.
despite being a
That's terrifying.
transport, it is moving pretty rapidly. Again, not as fast as the fighter you flew before, but pretty close. Probably about 80% of the speed that those
Sorry,
fighters
the
were going. It is
fighters
very
we flew before, so successfully.
It's not the speed that kills you.
James, did the fighters came out of the other orb?
No, they launched from the one that you are heading
They
towards.
did
The
let me
science
know. Okay.
event. Oh.
So there could be the chance of soldiers of some kind in the science area.
I'm assuming that there's soldiers of some kind basically everywhere.
Right, okay.
Some
that's
kind
good.
of basically everywhere.
Mm-hmm. It's technical.
Yeah, I can see that. Oh man, we could have done the thing like they did in like Master and Commander, where they built a raft, put a lantern on it, and then like launched it back so that they would all chase that thing, and then they'd all go out to it, and then we wouldn't have as many people to fight. But we didn't do that, so it's okay.
Before we get to the actual dock area,
Yes.
I'm going to cut the engines
Okay.
and use my power to bring us the rest of the way in to slow us down.
Nice.
All right. I will take a power use roll from you as you begin to coast and reduce your
Beat it by
speed.
8.
All right. You have
Nice.
full physical
Oh my
control
gosh.
over this ship.
You're doing good today.
They're doing real good.
I got my good dice tray back.
As you get closer to the sphere, you can see it's more like an open sphere. Like the entire one side of it, if there were, is completely open and removed. You can see walkways in the back side of it, and little extensions where vehicles can land. There's several of those transports like yours that are already docked there, and then a half dozen of those fighter ships docked there, and little people in metal armor suits walking around.
Ding 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 ding. I'm a Canadian.
We're just, with the engines cut, we should be coming in almost completely silently.
You cut through something, and you can feel a difference as you go through this opening. Like you're suddenly in atmosphere once you get to the other side of it. There's resistance and air, particularly you in control of it, can feel that it's not 0G inside of this space.
It would be
station.
really hard to land this thing inside if we didn't have an auto docking procedure, is what you're telling me.
Impossible.
Yeah, so probably good that I brought us in using some kinetic control.
And as the vessel passes all the way through, alarms start going off inside of the hangar.
We're still invisible, right? Like,
Yeah,
can
yeah.
we just kind of like bank on them being like, God damn it,
cloaked.
again, a
What
false
the-
alarm?
Yeah.
Like the fire alarm that goes off, 8 times
mean,
a day, and we
we
can
could-
hear 'em.
We could wait and see what happens.
We could hide in panels underneath the floor.
Hashtag hackatackhackblalpaxim willing to put my money where my mouth is. Who else is in?
That's amazing.
That was Mark with a dare donation.
Yeah,
I love it.
Dang.
D&D.
Those are your fans.
Call it.
I love them.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you,
So
Chad.
nice. So nice.
So the alarm starts
Okay.
blaring pretty loudly, little red lights flashing.
Now what happens
The
if we
little
just chill
steel
for a
people
second?
are running around looking.
Okay. Is there like a group of them somewhere? Like
They're all fairly scattered about on these different platforms running around.
Okay.
And they still can't see us. Also follow-up question.
No one is shooting at you, so
Oh yeah. Well, they
there's, you
can't
got
see
that
us.
going for you. So there's that.
Smuggling like hidey holes in the floor, anything like that.
yeah, I can't hold it still forever. I'm not trying to be weird or anything. I'm just saying, you know.
What if we all helped?
Be closer to
This thing-
spaceship.
This is like a 20-ton ship.
What if I stealth out of the ship and go create a distraction on the other side of the room?
Well, I'll tell you what. When we drop out of this ship and go through that corridor, I'm not going to be able to hold this ship up in the air anymore.
Right.
So we should drop it on somebody.
Well, we're just going to drop it in the middle of the hangar while we.
Right. So we should all just stealth out of this ship.
Yes, we should.
All right.
Oh, okay.
Stealthing out of the ship.
I'm just
This is
saying,
not
we
particularly
could.
easy to concentrate on.
Yippee ki
Can I get another power use roll from you?
Mm-hmm. Beat it by 5.
All right, you still have control of the ship. It shakes a little. It's really heavy.
Yeah.
You might have been underguessing with the 20-ton mark.
Okay. All right, so we're stealthing.
Stealthing. I'd say get out of the ship as fast as possible.
Great.
Yep.
Although.
Oh.
No, we're all stealthing. Ah, crap. I'm wondering if I should try to hide us. I can't. Can I make everyone? Can I cloak my team members?
Not
You
while
have
you're
to
cloaking the
release the
ship.
cloak on the ship.
But that'll be
Switch
fine.
cloaks.
They already
Release
know
the cloak on
something.
the ship so they see it, and then we all are cloaked going out.
Blue the moon, you didn't attack me alone without a plan in your hearts, without a mind of your own.
Oh.
Hashtag hack attack.
Thank you, Chad.
Yeah.
I love that.
Love it.
Are you guys okay with that plan? I'll cloak you. The ship will become uncloaked, but we can like jump out and run away.
Yep.
Great plan.
Ain't no one calls me Yeller. This is towards the hashtag hack attack. Also, I wonder what your new friend knows about roads. Might be worth asking if he gets out of this alive.
That's true.
Rivers and roads.
Good call.
Oh, right.
What
No,
is your plan for?
is he coming with us?
Zippity, I'm going to put basically in one of the bunks.
In a bunk?
Yeah, he'll
the
take
ship?
he'll take the least amount because the ship's probably going to fall 20 feet out of the sky. I want to put him in the safest place.
We're not
So-
like carrying him out. We're not taking him with us.
How? I mean, I guess we do need him.
Yes.
I mean,
we
I
do.
can cloak him. He could ride on
Right,
your
so
back.
he take. I'm 4 feet tall.
He can ride on my back.
He can ride on your back.
Very strong.
I can also walk.
Oh, well,
I do
why?
have legs.
Can you
But
jump
we're
out of
dinosaurs.
a? Can you jump out
Yes,
of a flying
you do,
ship?
Zippity.
I've never
Good
done
for
it
you.
before.
I think we're gonna skip that part, and we'll let you walk after that.
Okay.
Hold on for the drop.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Aqua,
right.
you got
I've
him.
never done this before.
Cloaking.
I got you with my little arms.
Like I can carry him, no problem. It's just that
I'm very strong.
I really want this to work, so I'm actually going to use one of the clarity. So I roll 8s for this cloaking of us.
yeah, do
What
it.
kind of clarity you use?
That's a great idea.
Oh, balls. I'm also going to use my Patreon so that I beat it by 1.
Beat it by 1. All right, the cloak around the vessel immediately drops, becoming visible. There are now a lot of eyes focused this way.
And
As
we'll
you
all jump now.
try to make
Yeah.
everyone visible. I think it's athletics checks from everyone.
Oh.
If you don't have athletics, roll against your body score.
Can I do sports?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Right on the money.
Gonna beat it by 14.
Yeah, beat it by 11.
Beat by 3.
Guys, I have a 20 athletics
Hashtag
score.
hack attack. I have no idea what you're talking about. We aren't planning anything.
Thank you.
I like this,
Beat
like,
by 1.
this
All
back
right.
and forth.
Even with the extra weight, you managed to land effectively with him hanging on.
That's
He
right.
does like kind of let out this like little kid giggly sound as you jump out.
I know, it's fun, huh?
Once we're all landed
Yeah,
safely,
fun.
I will just, sweating profusely, drop the ship.
Before you have even released the ship, there are already people running to that section of the docks,
Oh,
having
and I'm-
seen a ship.
I'm clearly flying, James, by the way. There's no point in jumping when I can fly.
Right.
No, you can fly. And
You
there's
can
even
fly, you
atmosphere
can
here, so
fly.
you can actually fly.
I know fly. Dinos fly.
Well, since I sort of suggested the idea, I might as well. Hashtag hack attack.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Pat.
Pat.
I'm afraid of what they are planning.
I am
As
too.
am I.
Like,
Excited.
not only was there a call to action, like it's all being done. Like, okay, yeah, all right, this would be king.
I have no idea what's
The thing
about
that
to
I
happen.
want to know
Me either,
is
but I'm
what
excited
a
either way.
dinosaur dance party looks like.
Super Mario.
It's like the regular dance party, but with much shorter
But
arms.
everybody's got many arms.
Let me do this, but we're,
Wait,
that,
make sure
they gotta pay
Oh,
for that.
sorry,
I
sorry,
pay
sorry.
for that.
Right,
Yeah,
you're right.
wasn't there like a song about doing it? Yeah.
What?
You what?
Sorry, you'd have to be old
Oh,
to remember
everybody.
it.
We literally did that joke in the first episode of this arc, I
And the
believe.
second episode.
Oh, was it the
I
second?
don't
Oh, was it
remember
the
the joke.
Wait.
the open the door?
Yeah, both episodes, I believe it was referenced.
Yeah.
Now this one
Just, you know,
too.
if you're referencing dinosaur dancing, I think that's been covered.
Yes.
That's all. Just pointing that out.
The scene. is-
All right, so we're running away as they look at the
Several
spaceship.
people have jumped and landed
Gotta play this
on the
video.
platform, and you are
Yes.
sort of flying away. The inside of this dome is pretty substantial. I mean, it's big enough to hold all of these.
Hashtag hack attack blame Christian for space Canadians. Pax has all details.
Oh,
All right.
$50 away,
We are,
folks.
yeah, just about there.
Oh my
What's it
god,
gonna be?
I'm very excited about what
Yeah.
this is gonna be.
Yeah.
Space Canadians. Okay.
Canadian related.
Canadians.
Spanadians?
Canadians.
Canadians.
Or
Or,
no, that was not good. Let's not go there.
no.
So yeah, once we're safely there,
You have landed. You are flying away from
Yep.
this. There are all these connected walkways. Almost seems to be one, like, opening to exit from this area from.
right, and just like it looked on the outside.
Yeah, kind of, but on the opposite end of the
Space
sphere.
train.
Space train.
Space train, Astro train.
Astro
Astro
train.
train.
Like-
Astro train.
I loved Astro train. It was the lamest of the two triple transformers, but he was still pretty cool.
Yep, there you go.
There it is.
Major Quinton from the Mounties Quartermaster's office here. Someone is ordering up some new uniforms. Hashtag hack attack.
Oh my gosh,
Oh,
what is happening?
No.
I
Beware.
very much am. I'm already terrified.
Oh my god.
I'm really excited.
I'm
I haven't
I'm
been
so
around
excited.
for Hack Attack in a while. I'm excited.
All right.
What it is.
so yeah, that just go. Let that go. I mean,
It falls and
Space
it
train.
hits very hard
Yeah.
and almost immediately explodes.
oh
Wow.
shit.
Okay.
Oh,
That
we
was
didn't leave Zippity.
not
Doo
expected.
I'm really glad that Zippy's with us now.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty substantial.
He would have been
Something blew up
unzipping.
inside there.
I'm gonna
Oh, what?
make sure there's a nice wall of force stoppage between us and them if I have enough time.
The explosion doesn't quite reach you. You get a little bit of the heat and wind rush from it because you're on the top of the sphere, as it were, and it kind of hits the bottom.
Okay.
But several of those fighters that are docked down there are crushed by it, and a bunch of the walkways explode, and people are launched off of it. And a massive opening in the side of that sphere is just like
Oh.
blown open, and the air and wind just
no.
start to rush
Oh,
towards
no.
that.
Space!
Yeah, as you know, bust a hole, creating the vacuum,
Oops.
which sets off even more alarms.
Okay, you're gonna have to hold your breath and run at the same time. I'm gonna make it so we can move, and that's the best I can do. We can avoid the vacuum, but we can't avoid the lack of air. So get to that next section and get
As
through that.
fast as my little wings will take me.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're
You are the one
flying
that is
in
most
this.
immediately affected. Very
Yeah, no, I
powerfully.
know.
It's kind of just yanks you towards that hole almost immediately.
I am prepared to grab you with a claw.
I'm gonna get her behind the little wall I've created immediately. Beat it by 4.
All right. The pull on your tiny.
Which will
frame
only work if she
stops.
relents her dodge bonus.
I will relent it because I just got the idea that Tank Spaceman is the one who's in charge of the Canadians
Oh,
in
jeez.
Spain.
Oh no.
Because they run it.
Tank
And it makes me really
Spaceman.
excited.
Tank is not nice enough to be a Canadian.
He's not.
Yeah, you managed to get hold of Peretta before she is pulled out to the side of this.
Oh man, you could have seen space real close up.
I really didn't expect that. I'm so sorry, Rosie.
But at least a dozen of the armored individuals go flying away. Several more of them you can see engage something, and their little red lights turn on in their boots, and they stop moving towards the hole where they're standing. But the ones that weren't fast enough just got sent out into space. Though it didn't seem to do them a whole lot of harm to be sent out into space in those armored suits.
Demons. Do they have rocket boots?
They have magnet boots.
And rocket boots?
Uh,
How are they going to get back? They've been sucked into space.
well,
They're gonna
maybe
wait for
they
somebody
might have
to
little
throw
jump
them
jets on their
around?
back. That could probably get them there in some time.
That would
Those
do
suits.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe they didn't expect to get pulled out into space.
And a large, heavy barrier begins to slide down in front of the only exit out of this docking area.
Remember what I said about going fast?
I need athletics or sports tests from people to race to the barrier before it closes and locks you out.
We're gonna Indiana Jones this.
That's a 10, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So best of 2. Right? I can still use that? Neat. Twice
Yep.
for luck. Yeah.
Beat mine by 7.
Can I use,
By 7.
oh,
Okay.
what
yeah.
about
you can
yoga?
beat that by,
Can I use my
by
yoga
4.
skill?
Not if you have the athletic skill.
Okay.
Well, maybe she's trying to limbo under the door, like with a slide. that she
Ninja
has to-
stuff.
I'll take ninja stuff.
Okay. Then I beat mine by 5.
5.
Instead.
And I'm going to use my Patreon to
Yeah,
beat
you
it by
are.
1.
Woo!
Yeah, buddy.
Oh,
Thank you.
we need you.
Mm-hmm. So that is success by everyone. Big Al being the last one through.
I made mine by 8.
And, oh no.
Oh yeah, no,
I'll
that's
get to that in a second.
Oh,
I'm
God.
Guys,
not even
he's
going to
got
look
it.
at that paragraph
he's
just
got the
yet.
hack.
It's a paragraph.
As you slide through, it is in fact why you're lacking the hat at the table, as your hat is now out in space.
Oh no.
Oh no, Al, we'll get you a new one. Don't you worry.
Oh, I feel so naked. This ain't
I
right.
know, I know.
Question, have we been wearing clothes other than hats?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm
good
just double
question.
checking.
I mean,
we're
do I just
doing
have a
We're
this
t-shirt
cowboy
on?
dinosaurs. Come on.
We're wearing
you wear
dusters
clothes.
with splits in the back for our tails.
Oh,
That is not inaccurate.
Look like I
I'm
put
so
button down
happy
shirts,
right
right?
now.
As the barrier closes, you can feel again warm air and there's gravity again. It's kind of nice that you're not being, pulled into space.
Huh. Glad I moved that. What's on the post-it note?
Mm-hmm.
Just reading it right now.
Well, you're about to find out. At the end of this hallway that you're looking at, it's about 60 meters down with no
There's a
other
flood.
openings on it. There are 12 men in the armored type suits you've seen before, except they look a little different. They're like red and black, very Mountie uniforms. They have little hats built onto the top of them. With a moose on it, and every single one of them has a little logo that says 742, sorry.
Wait, does this mean that we can go by and be very polite to them?
I'm afraid this isn't going to change their personality and what they plan to do with you, which is kill every single one of you. So let's
But they're
roll some
Mounties.
initiative.
Space Mountie.
They will apologize for
rude.
doing so, however.
Yeah.
Blast them! Sorry.
Yes.
That's so funny.
742.
But I need initiative from everyone.
Oh,
Shitty.
God, already.
I'm gonna use one meta.
Okay, so how do we beat the
Using a
Mounties?
meta point.
Yeah, no, this was also a hack. Like, yeah, we have to out-Mountie the Mounties. I've
We
decided.
do. Okay.
20, James.
Mountie for Rosie.
Oh, dang.
Do we just apologize incessantly until they think that we're like on their team?
22.
They're one of us. They're so nice. Oh no!
The problem is they're all humans and we're all dinosaurs.
That's true.
They
19.
can't see us though, right? We're still 19. Sorry, I'm talking instead of initiativing.
Hockey game.
A hockey
Unfortunately,
game.
almost getting pulled out into space sort of disrupted the whole magic action coming from Rosie. So
okay.
you're very visible.
Can we challenge them to a hockey match?
Probably not going to happen. Crash, what was yours?
20.
All right, I have a tie
Miss.
with Andy and Wyatt if the two of you want to decide between the two of you who is going to go first. But Aquamarine is going to be the very first person to go. I also have a tie with Crash and Rosie.
You go first.
Doesn't matter to me.
Doesn't matter to me. You go first. Yours will actually, your plan will help the team,
Who is
whereas
the
the
victor?
current plan I have in my head is probably
Alright.
not, and I needed to fix it.
So the first person to go
Oh,
is going to
plan.
be
That's a
Lady
great idea.
Aquamarine.
Okay, and their mounties, space,
It's a lot like the armor that you saw the guys wearing that you fought down on the planet before,
Yes.
like the big heavy duty armor with their guns look different though. They don't seem to be using those plasma guns.
Because they
It's a
go
different
right
kind of
right through
Yeah, it's a
the.
different kind of gun. And in fact, you have weapons encyclopedia, don't you?
yeah, I do.
I do too.
Yeah, you recognize that that is a Mark III laser rifle.
Oh,
They have equal armor penetration to what a plasma weapon has, but they don't have the devastating destruction that one causes. Like maybe they don't want to punch holes in the side of the hallways
Oh.
inside
these
of the space.
ones don't do that.
Yeah, they're more for precision firing,
Ah.
less destroy whatever they impact.
Mm-hmm.
How close is the closest one?
60 meters. They are all the way down at the far end of the hallway
Oh.
from you.
Oh.
And of course we're on metric.
Okay.
I like to bounce back and
Come on.
forth to confuse people.
They're dinosaurs, not Americans.
What's around
And
me?
they're up against Canadians.
What's around
so
me
it only
right now?
makes sense.
This hallway.
Oh, just this hallway, your
Anything?
companions.
Anything there? Tactile?
Nothing really
can
useful
grab.
to grab.
But still,
It's a
are
metal
there things-
hallway.
But are there things in it or no?
No, it's kind of
Nothing.
metal, nice and wide, as though kept free and clear, so that things can be transported both directions fairly rapidly, like cargo or large numbers of personnel.
There's no cargo in there right now.
No, they tend to keep the hallways clear.
Is there like little
Okay.
like buggies that they drive along the hallway?
If there are, you don't see any.
Darn it! I was
You're in
hoping
an
you could go
empty
Mountie
hallway.
bowling.
Okay.
Mountie.
So who starts?
Me. I'm
Lady Aquamarine is first.
okay. Well, I'm gonna start ranting and raving, in hopes that they can see and hear me, so that they'll have to become distracted.
Please give us a demonstration of this ranting and raving.
I take off my hat, but I'm not gonna do that, and I step on it, and I'm like, "You made me step on my hat. What are you doing here, Canadians? Do we even have Canada and dinosaur Wild West? I can't believe this is happening. Somebody give me some water. Somebody give me some pizza.
I want to
Bread.
talk to your manager.
I want to talk to your manager. You know what? I am your manager. I'm in charge of you. Can that be part of it too?
Absolutely, it is ranting and raving. So, as much as you want to go into detail, I just wanted the fans at home to get a taste of that. And
But-
that was great.
For my second attack, can I? Oh, you're still doing that. Can I make them question whether or not I'm in charge of them?
It's pretty
Also-
obvious you're not as a dinosaur, but you
I
could
know.
try.
I want to try with my persuasion powers.
That's a lot of rolling.
That was a lot.
Yeah, it was a lot of rolling.
Well, there are 12 of them.
Good. Well, some of them
They
are
each
gonna-
have a chance to not be swayed by the ranting and raving.
Could they be veloured?
You
by
made
it
me step on my
instead?
hat. You need to make me a new
Or
hat.
patent
All of
leathered
you.
by it?
So you're going to attempt to persuade them to make you a new hat.
No, I'm going to persuade them that I'm in charge of them.
All
But
right,
I'm
give
just
me a
saying that.
persuasion
Just
test
saying
as well, please.
that. Okay. Oh no, drop. I beat that one by 7.
By 7.
Maybe some of them will think it.
Crash, you're next.
Excellent.
You'll let me know later who thinks I'm in charge of them. Okay, great.
Don't worry, I'm keeping track.
So am I. I get in front of the group,
Mm-hmm.
my group, turn myself around, pull both of the laser pistols that I have grabbed over the last 2 episodes. Or are they plasma
They're
pistols?
plasma pistols.
Oh no.
And completely memorizing where they are in space. Shooting behind me, splitting both of my attacks twice. So I'm going to shoot 4 of them.
All right, I will take 4 shooting tests with all associated
Are they
penalties.
currently in cover?
No.
Then I am shooting them in their necks at no penalty.
Okay. There are 12
Oh,
of
the
them?
hack attack does say we want all, not just the dino world. Oh.
Oh, damn.
But
Oh, whoa.
They're gonna hate that too.
Oh.
I think that's gonna be great.
Dang.
Dang.
Also, I can kill you with my mind.
I love it.
Yeah. Is Zippity now in a Mountie uniform too?
That implies all of them. So yes, he is in a Mountie uniform with hat, but it's not the armor one. It just really looks like an actual Mountie.
Like a
uniform
desk sergeant?
with the hat.
Oh, that means they're all red shirts.
They are all red shirts.
Nice.
My first attack beat my score. There's a +2 by 4.
By 4.
Second one beat it by 11.
Okay.
It was a really good roll. I rolled a 5, so I beat it by, that'd be 7, so I beat it by 9. And so I beat it by 3.
By 3.
4.
By 4. All right. All 4 of your shots hit, turning melted goo where the heads and necks of these guys used to be. And sorry to disappoint you guys, you can't hack roads, so he's exempt from that little.
That's true.
That's
Sorry.
100%
man.
true.
No Mountie uniform on the
But like
roads.
he and Milkshake by a beach, just
Sorry,
like
guys.
hanging out, and suddenly he's in a Mountie uniform, and
I
she's
think
just
that'd be
like,
a good day
wow,
for her."
Okay.
And
What
the
the
original
shit?
I
I've
feel
always
like we
loved a
should've
man in a
talked
stupid
about-
uniform.
The
We
previous
should've
roads
talked
not from
about role-playing
742,
first.
so wouldn't affect him.
Mhm.
Oh
It would
man.
only make the current roads who you cannot hack.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
Sorry. Don't want to make anybody disappointed, but sorry. Don't want you to get the wrong idea and think that you just made him look like a Mountie, because you didn't.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Max.
But you did make a few billion people look like Mounties. Who knows how long that'll last. But for now, they all look like Mounties.
Yeah.
So we'll just be able to recognize them instantly.
Mm-hmm.
Man, that would have gone even better if I had not shot behind me like that.
Yeah, you could have probably done significantly better than that. But you
But it was
did
cool.
just kill 4 of them. Rosie,
Cool. I'm using a meta point and going full pilot.
meta point is used.
And I'm going to do a multi-action. So I will take the penalty.
All right, I like where we're going with this.
Step number 1. Because we are in a hallway.
Oh, yeah.
Great. So right in front of where they are, I would like a giant, beautiful display of poutine to arrive in front of them as a distraction. Then
The poutine gambit. I was
Yes.
wondering when this would come up.
That's a classic.
I'm distracted by the poutine.
Me too, but I'm not doing carbs right now, so I'm just like, ugh.
Wait. Is it beef gravy or is it pork gravy?
Okay, first of all, it's brown gravy. It doesn't matter if it's beef or pork.
That's why I'm
It's
married.
brown gravy.
Well, I don't eat pigs, and I just want to know if I can
It's
partake.
technically beef gravy,
Thank you.
but it's not really. It's just brown gravy.
So
Well, but it puts my mind at ease because I still want poutine.
the table, the beautiful display. I mean, like, this is gorgeous. There's all kinds of different. It's just beautiful, right?
Poutine with
So
chives.
while they all
poutine
look
with
down
cheese
at
curds.
magic and a
Poutine with
poutine
peanut.
table there, suddenly a row of hockey pucks will appear on the ground in front of me, and a hockey stick arrives in my hand, and I just go down the line because I am Rosie right now, and I am athletic and sportsy.
Puck them.
All right, I'm going to need some magic from you, and then I'm going to need some sports rolls from you.
Absolutely. So magic first. I beat it by 2.
Oh
All
man,
right.
that guy's pucked. Just don't hit any of them from behind. You don't want to ass puck
Oh.
anybody.
All right.
Unless they want it.
So then, so this would be my first penalty, so -2.
-2 to the first one.
Great. So that makes that's right on the money with the
All
penalty.
right.
Okay, next one is -4.
Yep.
Great. Yes. Okay, I beat that by 5.
All right.
Okay, this is -6. I'm gonna see how far I can go. That would be 11. Oh, and that one doesn't make it. The -6 killed me.
You still got the -8.
Going if you
Oh,
want to.
yeah, I guess I could. Yeah, okay, negative. Why not?
Going.
Let's just.
Pucking.
You did say down the line, so I'm assuming you're launching a hockey puck at all 8
Yeah,
of
I
them.
would like to.
Yeah.
All right, so negative.
It's just going to get harder and harder.
Right on the money.
Okay.
That's amazing.
Okay, so now we're at a
Curly
10, so I literally have to only roll a 4,
So we know bros.
which I do not do. That's a miss.
Okay.
How many more do I got?
sweep it.
Well, what are you at now?
-12.
Well, then,
All right, you've done 6 of the 8 so far and hit 2 of them.
Yeah.
Well, that's a fail. And then the other one will make it impossible.
Yes. Though a critical success will still hit.
Yeah, well,
You can try.
also you just saw a tiny little dinosaur hockey puck it.
It was great.
All of them.
I woohooed you the whole time you were doing
Now,
it.
you would not have hit any of them, but they are all currently distracted because of ranting, raving, poutine,
Yeah.
and persuasion.
Good.
Everyone.
How much-
Stacking up
how
the
much
distraction.
how much armor piercing do you think a puck has?
I mean,
It bruises their egos.
Probably none. I just wanted.
damn it,
That's
that
okay.
takes my curling
I've died for
idea
jokes
here.
before. I'm happy to do it again.
You know,
Andy James.
Well, we know that my sinister knife will cut through their armor, so
That's true.
yeah, I'm going to. It's a hallway.
Oh yeah, just a nice long hallway.
Okay.
In fact, a 60 meter or so, about 65 total meter hallway.
Okay. How corporeal is this illusion of poutine?
It looks pretty real, but you know, she does a lot of illusions.
Well, all right. So we're gonna test this. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna run down the hallway, jump onto the poutine table. Really hope that it holds my weight. Parkour up and over to get behind them using sort of springboarding off of the wall, and then kind of. P.S. On my way, I am definitely grabbing just a handful of fries of poutine. And once behind them, gonna do some throat cutting.
Yeah, you are.
Is my my ultimate plan here.
All right, I'm gonna want an athletics roll from you first. Can I get one more magic roll from you, Rosie?
You absolutely can.
Completely realize the fries.
I did it by 5.
Okay.
Get it by 5.
And I think I might burn a meta point.
Meta point, burned, going full pilot.
Ow.
with Andy James.
All right, here we go. Okay, what is that? Is that a 1? That's a 1. Cool. Great. So I am going to beat my athletic check by 9.
By 9.
Mm-hmm.
Almost a critical success.
Almost. So close.
1 away.
Yes. Oh wait. It's dangerous. I can try this again.
Oh, yeah.
It is dangerous. You're attempting to use illusion
Oh yeah,
as
I'm gonna
reality.
beat it by 12.
All right.
If I am attempting to use an illusion
As
and
reality.
eat it.
Yeah, that happens here on Metaverse. You do manage to somehow hit something solid. It doesn't really feel like a table with poutine on it.
Good thing too, because poutine
It's
is
kind of
squishy.
spongy, yeah, like real poutine, but the whole table itself seems kind of
Is made
spongy
of poutine.
when you impact with it. You know, like your foot squishes down into the table a little bit, and you kind of bounce like a trampoline onto the wall, and then land behind them. Unfortunately, the poutine that you grabbed with your hand, it just becomes nothing as you try to put it in your mouth, and it is extraordinarily disappointing.
That is incredibly disappointing. I'm going to channel all of that disappointment into my attacks.
There are 8 of these guys here, and
Okay.
each successive attack is going to be a cumulative penalty of 2.
Okay. Excellent. What am I rolling on? Fighting?
We'll be making a fighting test
Fighting.
on those. But you're on 8s,
I am on 8s. All right, there we go.
and you're not terrible at fighting.
I am not terrible at fighting.
Donkey Kong came before it.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to beat that by 8.
All right, first one by 8.
And then penalty of 2.
Penalty of 2 to that next one.
Oh, yeah, I'm going to beat that one. Wait. Sorry. Math. I'm not good at math.
I disagree.
By 9.
Beat it by 9. Okay.
Plus 4. Or sorry,
Penalty of
against
4.
4. Yeah. Penalty of 4. You know, I'm going to make that one right on the money.
Which would miss, but they are all distracted by ranting and raving, persuasion, and poutine. So
All right.
it does
so
in fact hit.
down by
They're
6.
busy right
Oh, okay. Yeah. Neat. So I'm gonna beat that by a lot. Wait. Yes.
Even with a penalty
4,
of 6.
12.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm gonna
nice.
beat it by 6.
All
All
right.
right. Cool. So penalty of 8. 7. Beat it by 1. No, wait. Beat it by. Yes, beat it by 1.
Yeah,
All right.
you beat it by anything and you hit them at this point.
I mean,
they've got no dodge bonus with all the distractions.
Just 100% eliminated.
Okay, wait. I'm on
Maximum
10.
of 3 more attacks.
Okay.
You're at negative 10 on
I'm at
this
negative
one.
10. Negative 10. Jeez. All right. Well, that
Well,
one's gonna
9.
miss, and that's okay. That's
Okay.
okay. I am giving it. Like I tried my best. That one is also gonna miss.
Okay. That's
Yeah.
now it's negative 14.
It's negative 14. Oh yeah. Yeah, I needed to get double ones for that.
All
But
right.
I didn't.
You do
I got 2
leap
these, though.
through the air off of this spongy fake illusionary table, bounce off the wall, and in quick succession running behind them, stab 5 of them through the neck, killing them.
Yeah.
Got 5 of them.
Good job.
As your knife
Can you
goes
make it real
straight
quick?
through that armor like a hot knife through butter.
Yeah.
Or like the hot melted cheese on poutine.
So 5 and he got 2. So we've cut them in half.
There are 3 of them.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
More than
half.
half.
Fantastic.
Wyatt, it's on you.
You got 2 class 5s at full pilot right now, and you. So
Yeah. So like.
they could have all been dead by now. But you decided to do a Canadian
Hey,
joke.
whoa. It was an excellent Canadian joke.
She was
I
just fucking
stand with
around.
her.
I know.
Also, while I may not understand
Never
the
ice your
nuance
team with
of
that.
hockey, that was fun.
Mhm.
Class 5.
I will go ahead and take out my plasma rifle that I
Yes.
purloined off one of the last groups as well. On my first attack, I will just target 1, and on the first attack, I'll split and try and hit 2, and then if I have to split
Okay.
on my second attack, I'll do that as well.
All right.
Yep, beat that by 8.
Beat it by 8 and
I got it. No.
Ah, thank you. And no, missed that.
all right. That is 1 of your 2 attacks used up, and you have turned 1 of these guys into a puddle of goo with that plasma rifle. There are 2 remaining.
First attack, beat it by 5.
1 remaining.
No.
Well, we get to the end of the round and their turn, and there is 1 of the 12 still remaining, and he has eyes fixed on the poutine, to ranting and raving, to the poutine, to ranting and raving, to the poutine. He just doesn't seem to know what to do in this situation.
Can we just
It's
walk
the little
past
mounty
him?
hat looking up, and then looking down, and then looking down, and then looking up, and then
Can we adopt him too?
and we go back to the top with Aquamarine.
I mean, he's not even.
He seems very
paying attention
distracted.
To us.
He is very distracted. Always pay
We should-
attention to you,
Oh,
because you were ranting and raving, and the poutine.
does he believe that I'm in charge?
It's
of
dinner and a show.
You don't really know. He seems to be impossible for him to keep his attention on any one thing long enough for you to know.
him? I don't want to. He's not trying to kill us right now, so I don't want to.
He's not capable of doing any actions at the present moment.
That doesn't mean he won't.
That's
They are absolutely correct.
That's true. If he wasn't distracted,
Yeah.
he'd totally.
Yeah.
Can I want to steal his gun. I'm gonna steal his gun
Okay.
to start. It's my first attack. Can
All
we
right.
do that?
Can I take some thief stuff from you?
Yeah. What is that? 16. I beat it by 1.
He is totally distracted, so it's merely a matter of you walking up to him and taking the gun out of his hands.
Okay, I take it. Y'all, what do you think? I don't know. He's not actively trying to kill me right now. It's hard for me to just shoot this guy.
That's fair.
What do you think? You just leave him here with the poutine and no gun? Oh, I want to take his suit too.
Well, what is
A lot harder to pull off.
Okay, let's try. Oh, sorry. What were you gonna say?
I kind of forgot because then I started thinking about naked spacemen. But it was something to the effect of, oh yes, would it be crueler to kill him or to leave him there with fake poutine? The disappointment alone would be crushing.
Yeah.
It's a compelling case.
Thank you.
I wanna take his
Speaking from
suit.
experience.
You can't wear the suit, you
It
remember?
wouldn't fit you.
I know, but he wouldn't be able to do anything without his suit and his gun.
He could just go
Which
get another
space
one
beard?
though. I mean, like they probably have more.
All right, I'll just tie him up. Let's go.
I'll take either a ninja stuff or thief stuff roll from you for tying him up.
We'll do. Oh,
Well, no, keep going. While she is tying him up, do these guns go through their armor?
They worked pretty effectively in the case of Big Al shooting one with the plasma gun. No one's used one of their laser rifles yet. They didn't get to fire a shot.
I'd like to pick one up and
Yep.
shoot at one of the dead ones and see if it goes through the armor.
It's not as visually pleasing as the plasma guns and how destructive they are, but it punches a nice little beam-sized hole where you shoot
Well,
through
we
the
should
armor.
I'm
probably
taking
all
these guns.
loot these bodies. I mean,
Yeah.
take their guns.
Plus, I like that these smaller ones are not as likely to blow big holes in the ship because I don't want to do that vacuum thing again. That was
Yeah,
no
that
fun.
would suck.
But I'm done.
I haven't tied him up yet. He's still distracted.
Yes, I will get a ninja stuff or thief stuff roll from you if you're going to time it.
Okay. But what, we should perhaps ask him some questions. What,
Can we
what do
tie him
y'all
up
think?
and then ask him questions?
Yeah, let's tie him
We
up.
have to keep moving.
Okay. Do we want to interrogate this person before we move on?
I don't.
Is there something you want to ask him? Or is it just general stuff?
General. I beat it by 6.
Excellent.
You tie him up. He's, again, very distracted by the poutine.
I mean, I don't have anything to ask him. I don't know what I would.
Well, like, where is there like a main hub computer that we can disable? Like, where are the brains of this operation? It's not me.
Right. Where are we headed right now? Specifically. Maybe he can help
Well,
us.
ultimately, we need to shut off.
We
the
need to
gates.
get out of the landing pod area.
That as well.
Well, your information from, as you point him, Zippity Doodah, that central disk is where the main...
Oh, okay.
Which
then
we're
we don't
3.5
need to talk to him.
kilometers from, and we really need to keep moving.
Okay.
Whose turn?
Well, you have no hostiles left, so we can be out of combat unless someone wants to continue the combat round.
I just want to take those
Which one? 'Cause
guns
he is
that
now
go
tied up.
through.
Guns.
The only hostile is now tied up. The others are dead. Goose crumpled or cut through the throat by a demon knife.
Nice. Yeah.
But in about 9 seconds, all 12 of them are no longer a threat.
It's pretty quick. Also, that's some really fast puck shooting.
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that before.
Okay. Anyway.
So I guess we keep going? Does everyone take a gun so we can all shoot through their armor?
I
Yeah,
definitely.
but there were 12 of them in the very first entry hallway. And these people are trying to completely destroy our world. So, if we can maybe not make a goddamn joke out of this every time, that'd be awesome. And then I punch the guard dead.
Cool.
All right, you crush his skull, and there are
That was
now
so
no
unnecessary.
survivors in the hallway.
Let's keep going.
That's right. Business, everybody. Business.
There is a sealed blast door in front of you, and Zippity Doodah casually walks past you, puts his arm in front of a little scanner, and the door opens up.
Thanks,
that's
buddy.
handy.
See, just like that.
Yeah.
Shut
Handy. Okay.
It wouldn't work because you don't have DNA on file.
Wait.
Glad we brought him with us.
Yeah, I'm glad.
We could have just used his hand. Let's go.
That would actually work. You could just use my hand.
No, let's not kill
I
him.
was kidding,
Let's
Zip.
not-
Don't give them ideas.
Oh, okay. On the other side of it is a large, like 60 by 60 meter or so room. There is a ramp leading downwards, and then off to your right, an open doorway, like kind of like a subway style open doorway to a little like tram car built in.
Looks
Oh.
like we're gonna have to ride.
Yeah, that's you take those to the center of the station.
Great. Let's get on.
Otherwise,
Take it
you'd
to
have to
ride.
walk, and it's a really long ways.
We got-
Nobody does that.
Okay, we get on it?
Wait, but nobody walks?
Well, not 3 straight kilometers. I mean, it's just doorway after doorway after doorway.
I'm
They'd be
just
able to just set up defenses in every single one of those.
Oh, they would have? Okay.
They could. I mean,
They could. I'm just saying, like, if nobody ever goes that way, then we're less likely to be seen than if a bunch of dinosaurs just
Well,
get on a train.
they're probably expecting you in those hallways because, you know, you don't have DNA. You can't use the tram.
We have your DNA.
Right, but they're not expecting us to do it.
Oh, yes. Okay, let's
They're
do
going
it.
to expect you to shoot your way through to the center, probably.
Kaplow, kaplow.
Yeah, I mean, you have to. I mean, or you could, you know, cut off my arm, I guess.
We're not gonna cut off anybody's arm.
We can just leave
Oh,
that
yeah.
be.
Oh, okay.
Thank you for your enthusiasm.
You're a non-com. You're safe, buddy.
Okay.
We get on the tram.
But just so we're clear, nobody else should be. Because if we leave them behind here, they're still going to have access to this metaverse, which means they might be able to get to ours. And if they can get to ours, they can kill our friends. And that's not going to happen either. I'm having fun too, I promise.
All right, you load yourselves on board this little tram car. And Zivuda scans his DNA.
Nice.
And it launches. It's really fast. You have to hang on to something because it's going pretty quick. In less than 30 seconds, you'd think you probably covered over half of that 3-kilometer distance.
That's fast.
That's right. It is really fast. Now, if you weren't heavy creatures, oh wait, you're not. Can I get an athletics roll from you,
God.
little one?
But I'm Rosie, so you'll take sports.
I'll take sports from you.
I beat it by 8.
You're able to grab hold of one of those little hand railings next to a
Thank
seat.
God.
You kind of just stretch out behind it as it races along. And there's a metallic sound of scraping on the roof of the tram car.
Oh, dear.
And then it goes dark as the power cuts, and the tram car stops suddenly, with more metallic scratching above.
That doesn't sound
Like
great.
scratching, like we're stopping scratching, or
No.
scratching like claws?
Kind of clawy sound
On what?
on the tram
roof.
car.
Metallic?
Yeah,
Should we just start shooting up?
that's not good.
No. No. How fast are we going?
Not any speed
Not
at all
any
anymore.
speed anymore.
Oh. Well then, that can't be good.
Then a small cut appears at the top of the tram car and slides around into a full circle.
I'll shoot right through the middle of that.
You blow a hole there by blowing that entire disc section out. Little bits of plasma-covered metal fall through. And then several dog-sized little discs with legs protruding from them, ending in nice bladed instruments, start dropping through the little hole.
Mm.
Oh.
And little glowing red lights on the top of them. And I'll take another initiative from everyone.
Angry Roombas.
Yeah, murder Roombas.
Murder Roombas. They are murder Roombas.
Oh, why couldn't I roll this on a non-initiative roll?
Oh.
Right, initiative roll. I use different dice for that one.
11.
I'm really, really
It's so
hoping
bad.
that it's not. Never mind. Cool.
Sorry.
Oh, yes. Are the murder Roombas wearing tiny mounty hats?
Well, they aren't people, so no.
Oh, okay. Chat wanted to know.
They're machines.
That would
Foiled.
be very cute.
Foiled.
Wait, they're wearing foil hats?
22.
22.
16.
16 for Wyatt. Miss James.
11.
I also got 11.
And Crash.
30.
You can go first.
Good.
You sure?
Yeah, of course.
All right, Crash, you win by a rather large margin.
Real good.
Yeah, you did.
I rolled a 1 on one of my dice.
Possibly because, you know, you shot first.
So did I.
Just like Han.
I'm glad somebody got it.
I take aim at one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Full aim. Only taking one attack this round.
Yes.
Firing at one of them.
Yes.
Activating Hacksaw.
Oh,
You're
nice.
going to
Well
hit
done.
all of them because of your buff. Well played, sir. But give me a shooting test.
Come on, something good. That is an 11, which means I beat my shooting by 5.
Adding my bonus to it is not going to help. Oh, it's an aimed shot, so I would get a +2. I beat it by 7.
Beat it by 7. They only have a dodge of 4, so that is going to hit. Hacksaw activates and is used, and every single one of these little murder Roombas is hit by the plasma gunshot and completely annihilated. Way to handle an entire encounter yourself, Crash Jackson.
Nicely done.
But how do we get it to start going again?
The train?
Yeah. Well, if he scans his arm, will it keep going, or are we stuck?
Try that first. Otherwise, we got to do it the hard way.
There's no juice, no power, nothing's happening.
But it's still on a rail?
Well, we have to be at more than halfway. I mean, it
Can
can't
we
be that
push
much
it?
further.
How many cars are on this?
Usually just the one that goes back and forth and delivers people. There should be a cargo car, but that would be above us.
Great.
Can we get to the cargo?
But we'd have to go through.
Can you figure out where we are somewhat visually?
I think so. Give me a minute. I think we're about 600 meters from the hub. So we're more than halfway. We should be really close to the stopping point of this tram car.
All right, well, I'm going to try and move us another 300 meters or so.
No, do you have enough juice to? Do you want me to try magic instead so you don't have to use all of your juice?
It won't take that much juice since
Okay.
we're on a rail
Cool.
and it's used to having that kind of movement.
Sure.
I'm not moving it away from the way it would normally be moving, so I don't have to worry about extra vectors and weird crap like that. I can just make it go forward.
All right, give me a power use roll.
It's on rails. It shouldn't be too tough. I probably won't be able to move it as fast as, say... Oh, beat it by 4.
Beat it by 4. You begin moving along. It's not moving as fast as it was before, the ridiculous speed. But he's still able to maneuver it. But you guess probably 60 or 70 miles an hour. I mean, it's pretty
That's
fast.
fast.
It is fast.
So you cover that distance of about 300 meters in just a split second.
Okay, this should be good. We can hopefully walk the rest of the way. I hope.
And where you're at this point, there's now like little glowing running lights on the exterior of the tram car. So you've left whatever area the power was shut off to.
Oh, so we have power now.
The tram car does not have power, but the hallway itself seems to have power.
Okay.
It is not pitch black out there as it is inside of the tram car.
And we're not in at what would be considered a stop on the tram car?
No.
Great. That's what I was hoping
Seems
for.
to be you are not at a stop.
Well, at least we're not getting out.
All right,
with a bunch
so-
of guys.
Everybody off, I guess?
Yeah.
Is there like a little walkway we can?
You'll have to make your own door, but you have plasma weapons. That shouldn't be hard.
Mm-hmm.
Pew, pew.
As soon as we're all off, get that train car the hell out of here back
Back
the
to
way
where it came?
No, the way it was. Keep it the way it was going, so it'll
I'm going to
stop.
cut a hole in the back of the car with your plasma weapons and then project it forward the direction you're going.
Correct.
Okay, just making sure I understand this.
So
Right.
it arrives empty.
Right.
All right, give me a power use roll.
I would like it to arrive where they thought it was going to arrive, but empty. So they all decide to start shooting at it, and we can maybe flank.
Not a terrible plan.
Well, so beat it by 4 again.
It launches forward. You put a little bit too much oomph into it on that one, and you kind of hear some snapping and clanging as maybe the tram car flew off the tracks, and then several crashing noises.
Those are my favorite kind.
Crash.
But you don't hear anything shooting.
Nope, you
Okay, well,
Everyone give me a notice check, please.
absolutely.
Notice on it. 11. Gonna beat that by 5.
Beat it by 6.
By 6.
I got
Me too.
mine right on, but I do 6 cents.
Okay.
Beat it by 7.
You're pretty sure you heard a couple of screams in between the crashing noises at the end.
Yeah, I beat it by 6, but if it was moving, I beat it by 8.
Pretty sure you heard some screams and, maybe some like flesh ripping kind of noises.
Oops. That was an accident. I'm just gonna say it. I didn't mean to do that.
You're
Sorry.
the one who wants to kill everyone, so I'm not sure you're upset about it.
It's not that I want to kill everyone, it's that we should kill everyone.
But they would probably do the same to you if they have the chance. In fact, they will because you're pilots.
Like they're invading several planets at once. They're bad guys. They take over. They're like,
Are you trying to tell me imperialism doesn't work?
I don't know what that means.
Colonialism doesn't either. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean-
a fun voice might.
I liked
Add
that
some levity.
voice a lot.
I just, the less soldiers they have to invade with, the better, right?
I guess so.
And you did hear from Nick and the others out back in your
It's-
own world.
It's not just up to me.
Earth, Metaverse Prime. They killed a fair amount of people
I don't either.
already.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Innocent or otherwise.
And if you say we shouldn't, then we don't.
I'm not saying we shouldn't. I'm just saying it hurts.
They clearly do not regard you as a species worth saving.
But we're dinosaurs.
Oh, not just your avatars.
Yes, I know.
You as well.
I'm a dinosaur. A dinosaur.
In fact, of the two, you're
Yeah,
pretty
I know.
sure they probably dislike you more than they dislike these dinosaurs.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty awful, so I understand.
So, I mean, we stopped at a non-stop.
Yeah, you're just in basically a
So-
train tunnel, a tram tunnel.
Where do we go?
That way, 300 meters.
The way he launched the car.
Alright, I guess we go.
Reaching the end of that
I'm gonna
tram
skip.
tunnel is a pretty decent sized room that's devastated. I mean, a tram car looks like it must have flown off the tracks down here and like ran into a bunch of things and crushed them. There's a few squished bodies and
How'd
body
that
parts
happen?
scattered about.
I totally didn't mean to do that.
Are there any better weapons around?
More of the same that you've
Okay.
seen. There are 4 exits, 2 at ground level, 1 ramp going down, and 1 ramp going up. One of those points at the door on the ground level. That's to the commissary, where we got to eat our food when we were up here.
Mm-hmm.
And then over there is the barracks, where we got to sleep when we were up here.
Where's that one go?
The ramps, I know that the down ramp goes to the staging area where the gates are.
That's where we want to go.
Yeah.
Got it in
Thank
Will
you, Zips.
3.
Oh, no problem, of course. That should be one of the primary staging areas. Sometimes there's multiple on stations like this. But that was the one I came through.
Well, all right.
So I guess we go down to the gate area?
Yeah. But first, before we do, I'm gonna take the plasma rifle that I had.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make a sentry gun out of it that will guard the area that he said the barracks were in.
Okay.
Mmm.
Give me a mechanics roll over there, or you can use
I'm using
full pilot.
I'm going to oh, I can't. I'm gonna have to use my gunsmithing roll, but like at a huge disadvantage.
Well, I can actually help
There
you.
is a moment
So
of
you have
clarity
the
in the
moment of
store. You
clarity,
can use
yeah.
it.
Oh, you know
Oh,
what?
yeah.
Is that okay with
Yeah,
everybody
yeah,
if I
yeah,
use the
yeah.
moment of clarity?
Do it.
Yes, you can roll 8s and use that.
And I'm going to also be using, and I'll still take the +2 penalty on it, Master Gunsmith.
Master Gunsmith being used.
And while he's rolling, Blarlac, I do know if someone is lying at all times. And there have been no lies from Zippity. So.
I think that'll do it.
Yeah,
Rolling a 4 on the.
Beat it by 12.
Technically only 10, and then by 6.
Still, beat it by 10. You are able to critically succeed at setting up this sentry gun. It should track movement and open fire on anything that comes through.
And that's
Nice
back
work.
and forth a couple of times. I might be on the well on the way to bonding there, Fadior. We shall see.
And then there's the ramps, the one up and the one down. One down being the one that you got indicated went to the staging area.
Yeah, I guess we go.
I guess we go.
It's a pretty wide ramp, and you make your way down to it to a very, very heavy-looking blast door.
Put your hand in front of it.
We didn't expect that would work. You're gonna want to stay behind this wall here for cover, okay, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Did
You
it?
think they're gonna shoot me?
Did it?
Yeah, they're gonna shoot me.
They're,
That's
They're
what
gonna
supposed to do.
absolutely gonna shoot.
My
you.
commander was supposed to shoot me. So.
Now,
Right.
before we, no, I still have qualms, and part of the qualms that I have is that what if there are other zippities?
There are lots of other zippities.
I'm saying, what if there are other zippities on the ship?
There are lots of other Zippities on this
Who
ship.
don't want to kill us. They're roped in the way.
Right, but they're not roped in. He was made that way.
Hey, is there anybody that you hate more than anybody else?
Oh, I don't hate anybody.
And would you willingly harm another person?
I'm not really trained for that.
Except in experimentation?
Yeah, that's different. That's doing science. Science is important.
My boots are untied. Would you tie them for me real quick?
Of course.
They're built for this, you see.
I do see. And
And
also.
he ties your boots.
Thanks, buddy.
I feel you, but I feel like he's not real.
Do you think he's being false with us?
No, he's not being false. I mean, he.
Are you saying that his life is not a life?
He still has to respond to a commanding officer if it's in your army,
absolutely.
right? If he told you
Which
to shoot
puts
us all,
him in
you
the
would do it
just
if you had a gun,
following
right?
orders,
I would
which
have to. I mean,
obviously
I've never used a gun, but I would have to try.
Exactly.
Right.
He's just friends with us right now because we are the ones who have him. If he was back at his station, he would be working to invade our metaverse.
Right, he would be putting those tentacles on those dinos, remember?
Which I did take huge exception to.
I mean,
so,
who are worse, the Nazi soldiers or the Nazi scientists?
yeah, see, I was getting around to that eventually. I mean, you're not wrong. I just feel bad that somebody who is not
Right.
does not have a choice.
Right, but none of them do.
I know.
If we leave anything behind, they can just use this again.
No, I know.
I have
I
a question
know.
for you,
It's-
Zippity.
Sure.
Did your arm used to work on this door?
It should. I mean, I don't know why it's not working now.
Right, so that's
okay,
not
okay.
not good.
No.
That's not good at all.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Okay.
I would imagine it's some kind of security protocol, but I don't know anything about those. I was never trained with security protocols.
That's fine. I think we have another way. I'm going to go grab one of the bodies of the people who have been mangled, pull an arm off, and see if that'll work since it was one of the guards.
All right, and let's take a quick break and find out what happens with that when we come back. I want you guys to stay invested and enjoy the show so far. I hope that you have. Oh, yeah, everyone wants to kill Siri.
That's actually not a bad way to think of it.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
like a human series.
That
Still a
makes me
living
feel-
thing.
Right, it
We're not
makes you
going
feel a
to.
little
We have
bit
to take it
less-
serious. It doesn't not have a
And
soul.
so speaking
we know
of,
that.
I want you in chat to let us know, should they kill Zippity Doo or should they let him live?
Wow.
Let's see what you think. We'll find out when you come back.
Oh my
That
god.
guy.
All right. We'll see you in a few minutes,
See you in a
guys.
few minutes.
That's a dark poll. But I want to know
Welcome back, everybody!
Yay!
I'm back here on Masters of the Metaverse on the Zombie Orpheus Entertainment channel on Twitch. I'm going to get a quick recap from our cast of the events of this episode so far. What have you guys accomplished so far today?
Oh gosh, so many.
Well, we got to the orbital space station, and we got in the orbital space station, which was great. We got past the main room, despite having a hole blasted into it to suck us into space.
Yeah.
We Indiana Jones under the door, which is
We
very
did
cool.
Indiana
We
Jones
had a
under the
hallway
door.
fight with 12 who became Mounties. So
Oh,
there's
no.
poll winners. I'll tell you those in a
Oh,
second.
no.
Really funny poll winners.
They played Fuck, Marry, Kill with Z.
That's
They're
fantastic.
tied.
They are tight. No, you guys are right. They're right.
Okay.
We beat the newly outfitted Mountie Canadian space invaders
with poutine and
with
distractions.
poutine and
And
parkour and
parkour.
And knives and
Knives
guns.
and guns.
Not, mostly
Right.
knives and guns.
Mostly
really.
knives and guns, but also flair.
and
There was
Ray.
flair involved.
And then we got into a tram, and the tram we were able to go through. We totally avoided the murder Roombas, which was great. We might have derailed the train slightly and done some other damage.
And possibly the plot.
Oh, not at all.
No. And we know where at least one of the gate areas is. We have been told there could be more. We know where at least one central location for gates is, and we are going to go, not gates the person, gates that you travel through.
Important.
Important. And we're going to go try to shut them all down.
That
Also,
is,
we had a great discussion on whether Z has, choice or things, and they voted to marry him or sleep with him,
Which I've never understood.
No one
like,
wanted
I
to
don't
kill
want
You know what?
to be
I'm
in
willing
a
to take two for the
relationship or
team.
a marriage where I don't fuck my partner.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, I would like Fuck, Marry, Kill to be rebranded as something else.
Yeah, I
and
agree.
feel
I just
like,
thought it was in order. That was something the game was.
Wait, you thought it was in order?
No, I thought it was always like the order of events, and that was what the game was about. I have misunderstood this game the whole time.
That is
So
amazing.
Incredible!
so
Wait,
That's
so
honestly
you
just
were
about the most horrible
always
thing I've ever
going
heard.
to be a femme fatale whose husband died under mysterious circumstances? That's how that was going to go for you?
Thank you, Raiders, for coming in on this particular
Hey,
conversation.
Raiders! Dead Oscar Gamers here. That's awesome.
I guess I've had this game wrong the whole time.
Oh, you sure
No, I
have.
think you've had it right this whole time. That's amazing.
Ooh, I like it.
Bed,
McQuirky.
wed, behead.
Bed, wed, behead.
Yeah.
That's one of our. I think we're keeping that as a permanent poll here on Metaverse. Bed, wed, or behead.
It's very Henry VIII.
Yeah.
I like that.
He is.
I'm kind of a fan.
All right,
Better be
let's go
Henry.
shut down the gates.
All right.
And everyone was a Henry.
So you have
Never had a
cut the
window
arm
in
off
town.
of one of these dead soldiers, hoping that maybe his DNA will access the door, and holding it up, not a thing happens. But one slight difference between when you scan this cut off arm and when Z's arm broke. There was no little indicator light at all, but now a little red indicator light comes up when you scan the arm. The
Doesn't
door
have
doesn't
clearance. No clearance. No clearance.
Right, but they used to have clearance, and now they don't have clearance, which makes me think that maybe they're just shutting it down for all, like they're on lockdown. No one's getting in. Which means we gotta
That is a
open this
very
door.
accurate assessment, Rosie.
Thank you. Well, I'm. There's a small, tiny peanut brain up here that gets.
Pretty big.
But your
It's a
brain
big
to
human
body
size.
ratio
That is in fact
probably pretty
100%
high.
correct. The door is locked down to anyone.
Oh.
Right.
How do those plasma guns deal with the blast?
This might be a little thick. It's a blast door, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Well, okay, but
who
like-
knows?
Lightsabers in a blast door.
You only know if you try.
Well, I mean, I suppose we could try.
Pew,
I'm willing to try.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. James.
Yes.
Since I was Loki, I have God magic on my sheet. Does that include all the things that Loki could do?
No.
What about teleportation?
You
Oh, I
can
can
try, but
teleport.
without seeing where you're going, it is exceedingly risky.
Okay. I was hoping that maybe if we could teleport to the other side of the door and open it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm willing to try.
But what if you get put into many pieces because you can't see
I
where you're
mean-
Without
moving?
seeing where you're going, it is exceedingly
Twice for luck
risky.
Or jump
is
into
a thing that I have.
All right.
That's true.
I have twice for luck and I'm rolling on 8s.
What are you doing?
I am teleporting to the other side of the door to open it from that side.
But take a hand.
Hold on, before you do,
Yeah.
let me see who's on the other side of the door.
How can you do that?
Well, if there's anyone moving, I put my hands on the door.
There is a lot of movement on the other side of the
Okay,
door.
there's a lot of people, maybe too many to count on my fingers.
Oh, okay, so maybe a bad idea for you to just suddenly appear.
Man, and I was getting so excited about
Any
that.
familiar
I-
smells?
I liked your
You
teeth.
can
The
only
luck
feel
wasn't
movement.
good.
You can't really smell anything from beyond that blast door. It kind of seals off everything. I mean, it's designed to keep the vacuum of space out if this part of the ship was exposed to the vacuum.
Which it is not currently.
No.
Dude,
But
Well,
it
you'd be very
could
dead.
be.
James,
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. How do we expose them to the vacuum of space?
You'd have to blow up a whole lot of ship to do that.
Mm-hmm.
James,
I was hoping there was like another door on the other side of them.
Or it's maybe a button that said space vacuum.
Yeah.
Space duct.
do the Z units all have the same voice?
Yeah, there's variations, especially with age.
But I've heard enough of the Z's that I could mimic their voice.
If somebody could hear you.
Oh, they can't hear me through that door. I
There doesn't seem to be an intercom. Or does there?
Sorry.
If you're looking for things, give me notice checks.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Let's do that.
okay.
Yeah, intercomers and some kind of lock mechanism.
Okay. Gonna beat that by 6. I
I
can
beat
math.
mine by 14.
Okay, you
Run
will
by
see
3.
everything. There is, some kind of little control device underneath where the little scanner was, and you are definitely on camera of some kind, audio visual recording. You're being watched.
Oh, well, there you go.
Oh, so
We
they
should put on a show. Get out your guitar.
they knew they weren't going to open the door no matter what because they could see that it wasn't. Yeah. Okay.
Can we see the space camera?
Some kind of fiber optic stuff. Yeah. There's various ones. She notices all of them because beat it by 14.
Perfect. I beat mine by
So we have no meta points. Okay.
I beat mine by 14 also. Look at
Yeah,
that.
you see them all as well. There are little audio and video recording devices everywhere, transmitting data all over the place.
Cameras have lenses, don't they?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You should get it.
Nice. I think I figured out what I'm doing.
Which is what?
We have no meta points.
Shoot out the camera.
No meta points.
And no
Couple of
buff.
buffs left, but for Andy, Wyatt, and Aqua.
Okay.
Um,
Well, it's going to be a super long shot, but I'm going to dismantle those cameras and start taking them apart. And putting my plasma pistol to work with those lenses.
You're going to attempt to magnify the power of your
I'm
plasma
gonna-
into a cutting torch?
I'm going to make a lightsaber. Well, a plasma saber.
All right.
Right, you can't use gunsmithing, but you can use your mechanical skill for this.
Oh, I figured since I was making a weapon out of a gun, I could use my gunsmithing.
I suppose I will allow that. That's a valid argument. Points to valid argument.
oh, but you don't have a moment of clarity.
Hashtag MetaPoint. Let's start moving and grooving.
Oh
Thank
my goodness.
you.
But there are now 5 meta points to use.
I only need one, baby.
Oh, we're gonna move and groove so hard.
Thank you, Chad.
Thank you, Mark.
Moving in.
Man.
Can I help facilitate this with a covert ops role just to help disassemble
Oh.
all
To
of
disassemble the
I
cameras?
have covert
Yes.
ops as well.
You can
Let's
help him
make this
disassemble
happen.
cameras faster with covert ops rolls.
Oh, yeah, I'm gonna beat that by 14.
I didn't beat it by that much, but I help. Whoops. Hands.
All right, give me some of that gunsmithing action.
First is a 12. Beat it by 4.
Beat by 4. Actually 6 because you're being assisted.
Okay, and then 9, so I beat it by 7, 8, 9.
9 with the assist. You build the equivalent of a kind of a handheld pistol forward projecting lightsaber idea. I mean, it's concentrated plasma beam that'll go about 3.5 feet from the barrel.
It's really cool.
It's pretty fucking
It's just really cool.
I'm
It is
into
pretty
it.
fantastic. You're
Does
not
it?
sure how effective it will be as you have not gotten to try it out, but you know it will be drastically more effective than the plasma pistol was as just an armament. Minus the range thing.
Right, which is going to be a problem. That's fine, though.
James, as a down and dirty thieving dinosaur, do I have a toolkit?
Absolutely. It's for, more Western type stuff than space stuff. But Rosie knows how to use some things and can help Freda to understand them.
Can I mess with the pad? Can I see if I can unlock the door with the pad?
You can give it a shot.
I'd love to give it a shot.
Oh, I'd like to help you.
Yeah.
Let's
try
see.
it.
Because
Will theoretical science or mechanic help? Oh,
I want to, on the keypad, because there's the keypad underneath the scanner.
Oh, okay.
Try to see if I can get the door to unlock, or even if I can get it to open a little bit, and maybe you can like cut the bars with your laser pistol sword, or something.
You give me a computer-based roll, and Rosie, give me a thieving-based roll.
I will.
Until
I'm gonna have to use
our party is
a meta point.
Another meta point used. Thank you again, chat, for those.
Thank you, chat.
And I'm going to need a computer-based roll from yourself.
Covert ops helping?
Not on this one.
Cool.
What was your question?
Should we wait until everyone is ready?
Yeah, I think this is like
opens.
She's just trying to find out where the barred things are, right?
How it locks.
Yeah, how it locks.
Not open it.
Well, I did want to open it, but I guess I assume they were ready because they're done with creating their pistol.
You ready? Just in case we succeed.
Well, the pistol is supposed to open the door, so I'm trying to figure out what you're trying to do.
Well, let's see if it opens the door first then. And then I'll...
If you can find out where the locking mechanism on the door, that's going to cut our
Okay.
time
Great.
in like a tenth.
Okay, so that's what I'll do. So thievery, but I have to roll d12 plus 2. But I don't want to use all of our meta points.
I'll roll thief stuff too for the same purpose.
I need a computer's roll from you because you're assisting me with the keypad.
Oh. Okay.
Beat it by 4.
Beat it by 4.
Beat it by 4 as well.
Beat it by 4 as well. You are able not only to find the locking mechanism, but you are able to unseal the outer layer. It is apparently 3 sets of doors that close together to create this blast door. And you have opened the exterior side, leaving only 2 sets of sealed together doors.
That's helpful.
So
And found the locking mechanism itself.
exterior side means that they've been alerted to the fact that we are opening.
Well, you're no longer on audio or video recording because
that's
you have
true, that's
dismantled
true,
all of the
I forgot
cameras.
I forgot about the camera.
So it's possible that they know that, but it's also possible that they do not.
I'm just saying if the layer that is
It is the layer on your side, furthest towards you, that has opened.
Great.
Excellent.
Great.
So yeah, see if you can...
So y'all, what would you do in their boots? Hashtag meltdown.
Oh, no!
Well, before we have this carefully laid plan laid out in combat, let's go ahead and get ready to do that.
Boosted.
And we
Hashtag
boosted.
crash buff and boosted.
This is going to be great.
Yeah.
Thank you, chat.
Thank you.
Boosted abilities unlocked, and you know that as soon as that door opens, I'm going to melt you down. So.
Oh, yeah.
Melt us.
Yep.
It's gonna happen.
Oh Lord.
That's happening. You're going to use the plasma lightsaber pistol device to cut.
Now that I know what side the door opens on, oh yes.
All right, you begin cutting through it. It glows red hot almost immediately. Slide through it. It takes a little bit of time and effort,
But I'm strong as hell.
but not a tremendous amount. And has cut through the door, cuts through the lock, and half of the doorway just falls straight down with an extremely loud noise as it bangs open. The room is massive. It is probably 400 meters by 400 meters at least. You know, way bigger than even the biggest football stadium interior you have seen. It is huge. On the far end of it, away from you, currently in operations, are a set of 2 like discs, sort of, that are just above the ground and have like shimmering white energy in between them.
Stargates.
They look kind of like that, yeah, but not stone. They're definitely made of metal technology. They're spaced apart a fair decent distance. Also in that room, about halfway through it, facing the door, a pair of what you can only describe as tanks, but they're hovering off the ground.
Hover tanks?
Hover tanks.
Hover tanks.
Spaced out behind those tanks, using them for cover and from various portions on the room. There are 20 of those troopers with the laser rifles. Each one of them has another trooper in front of him holding a big shield up with a large lance with a glowing blue tip on the end of it.
Ooh, I
hell
want
yeah.
one.
And then let's go ahead and roll some initiative and
I have
knock you
one
down.
question for you. You said there are 2 gates in use. Does that mean
Yes.
there's only 2 gates in the room? Or
You
there...
only see those 2.
Okay. Alright.
Okay.
Initiative.
Come on, something good.
Come on.
17, James.
All right, 17 for Rosie.
24.
24 for Aqua.
There you go.
18.
Yeah,
18 for Wyatt.
24.
24 also for Andy James.
25.
So I have a tie with Aqua and Andy James.
You can go first. Fight.
Sure. I have no plans, but let's do this.
But let's make it happen.
Why? How if
Jump
I
in there.
tied with
Somebody each.
Yeah.
combat.
somebody each combat?
I love it.
2 for luck.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, and then I have my 3 results over here. We're going to start with Crash to 25, but before we do that, let's melt down.
Melting.
Give you a
Oh,
different
what world.
avatar for this one. I'm going to start on the Crash side of the table since I started on the Rosie side of the table last time. We're going to see where you pass Arthur to.
All right.
I want you to pass Arthur to Aquamarine.
All right.
Oh, I'll keep this hat though because of the wig being held on.
Oh, it's being
I mean,
held
my
on.
hair.
Well then, just there you go.
Yes.
There. Like it was meant to be.
I want you to pass little Calamity Jane there, just right next to you. Just your buddy, Big Al over there.
That's good.
Take care of her.
Big Al, you're going to go ahead and move over here to Crash.
All right.
Big Al.
Go ahead and pass Wild Jill to Rosie.
Do you want the green one?
No, I'm totally good.
And that, of course, means Peretta is heading over to Andy James.
All right.
Oh boy.
And now we will start with Crash Jackson.
Oh gosh.
Ooh, yes.
Okay.
Always ready for the cabaret.
Suddenly body swapped, Crash Jackson. What do you do?
Oh crap! Where am I standing?
Not too far from where you were just standing,
Hooray!
with a pair of these lovely laser rifles.
Oh, they're rifles.
Yes, but he's, carrying one in each hand because Big Al is, big.
It certainly makes sense. And I have 2-gun fighting. This seems to be perfect.
Match made in.
But I have a feeling that these laser rifles are not going to do much to that front line of tanks.
2 tanks, or, the guys with shields in front of the guys with rifles.
Right. Well, I guess I'm going to take the Avatar into consideration here.
Mm-hmm.
Pull cover so I don't put Al in a bad place when we do jump back.
Assuming using the half of the door that's still standing?
Correct.
Okay.
And I'm going to start taking pot shots at, what are those called? Motherfuckers.
Okay.
Using one of the laser rifles.
You shooting at
Let's go.
shield
Do I
bearers?
get bonuses only if it's my sharps rifle?
No.
Sure.
His shooting effects apply to any weapon that he happens to pick up and shoot with, as long as it involves shooting.
All right. So lasers
Yes.
are what we're using here as opposed to plasma or bullets.
Correct.
All right. So what I'm going to do, since I realize that the floor is basically, you're not going to shoot a laser through that floor. Not really easily anyway.
No.
I mean, it's obviously made to land and stage stuff on. Some sort of metal, I imagine. I'm going to use that to shoot my laser rifle, double tap basically, and grab 2 of the shield guys in the front by shooting underneath the hover tanks and bouncing it off the floor and under their shields, aiming for crotch.
Crotch trick shots.
Mhm.
It should be noted that all of these troops are still in that lovely red and black style getup.
Thank you.
With the broad brim
Yes.
hats, with the
Yes.
sorry 742 logo on them.
Is it reflective?
The
Or
logo?
is the armor reflective or is it matte?
It's pretty matte. I mean, it actually looks like with the red and black on it, almost like cloth over the top of whatever it is they're wearing,
Damn it. Okay.
It looks like somebody squeezed big, bulky robot guys into mountie uniforms.
Is there any part of their uniform that is reflective?
You don't think so?
Okay, go on.
All right. As I said, I'm using his shooting, which is the same as my shooting, and beat that by 2, ignoring 2 points of cover.
Ignoring 2 points of cover, you will hit, and then the second shot.
Same. Exactly the same.
All right. 2 of the shield bearers are down, leaving 2 of those troops completely exposed without cover. All right, next up is, did you determine between Andy James and Aquamarine who was actually going to go first? Because you both got 24.
We did.
And it was.
Me, but I'm trying to figure out what I'm doing.
Andy James, you are next.
Okay.
If you want.
Okay. Is there anything that is reflective? I'm stuck on an idea.
The buckles on their hats.
The buckles on their hats, you say? Okay, well, I'm gonna use Remnant of the Past with Mirror Magic, from Angel, and I am going to throw my Sinister Knife at their reflective patch on the hat to hopefully travel through as many of those reflective surfaces as possible. Until it's
You're trying to do a hacksaw.
I am trying to do a hacksaw. I'm trying
Well,
to do a hacksaw.
luckily
with
you've got
mirrors.
my avatar, right?
I do not. I have Predator.
Oh, you got my avatar.
To give some GM advice to Miss Andy James, is you do have a Mimic, your buff in the store, which allows you to replicate any other character buff in the store.
Fuck it. Let's do hacksaw.
I was trying.
Sorry.
Sorry, I was trying to hint more gently than that.
So you can use your buff.
In
to
my mind,
hacksaw
it's still
that.
meep meep.
Mm-hmm.
I will never let go of meep meep. Yeah,
Well-
let's use that, shall we?
We'll go back to 668 and get you some meat.
Okay. So you want what? What you want? Like a shooting? You want athletics? What do you want?
Oh, you're gonna need
Gambling?
well, you got a skill for your throwing knife, right?
Do it?
It would probably be athletics to throw. Them.
Probably, I would assume so.
Unless you have something specific just for it.
I don't.
But I'm gonna give you the multi-action penalty because you're gonna need to use magic from Angel as well. So I want your magic roll first.
Okay.
we
I don't remember
boosted.
what she had.
She has a 16.
16, great. Cool. Magic roll first. Excellent. Gonna beat that by 4.
All right, magic roll is a success.
And against athletics. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna beat that by 5.
Beat that by 5. You throw this knife, and as it slides into the head of one of these like perfect little buckles on their perfect little mounty hats, it flies out of the head of another one, and then into the head of another one. And this happens several more times until a dozen of these men lay dead on the ground.
I'll take a dozen.
And your knife does not continue to travel beyond that point, in fact, reappearing back in your hand. It did happen to be almost every single shield-bearing soldier on the field, leaving only 6 of the assault troopers protected by shield bearers.
Okay. Boom.
Nicely done.
12 kills for Andy James.
Do we still get points? I miss points.
No one is counting. No one is counting. Some people are not class 5s, so it's unfair to count.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Aquamarine, you're next.
Do I?
Sorry, word that you're super jelly, okay? You send you to jelly school.
Do I still get 2 attacks because I'm Aquamarine, who has 2 attacks?
Well, you
Yeah?
Even though
could
Arthur
use
doesn't?
Aquamarine, and you're not full avatar.
Yeah, do it.
Cool. Okay.
Points did make us pretty terrible people.
You're
right?
almost
yeah.
full avatar,
Yeah.
but not quite.
How many?
They were there to make you bad people.
How many shieldy mounties are left?
You've got 6 shield mounties left. I love that name. I'm calling that from now on.
Shield Mounties.
Shield mounties.
Oh,
It's like
chat.
shield maidens, except they're mounties.
That's
Thank
why I
you
like
so
that
much,
one.
chat.
Shield
This
maiden.
is a great
I'm picturing
chat.
them all riding hover bikes backwards, like the Mountie from.
And instead of braiding their
Me and
hair,
Dudley
they
Do
braid
Right?
their
Yeah, Dudley
mustaches.
Do Right. They're Dudley Do Right.
Oh, do I have?
These are more
Don't
Dudley
worry,
Do-Wrongs.
I'll save you.
These are way more Dudley Do-Wrongs.
Yeah.
Do I have a lightsaber right
You totally do.
You have a
I mean, it's kind of a
lightsaber.
funny handle over the movie ones because it's a pistol that was turned into one, but that's basically a lightsaber.
And I
in
wish I
movie.
had two. But we're okay.
Use your
Okay,
wishing
calm
magic.
down,
Well, wait, maybe
Grievous.
we're not there.
I was thinking, like, man, do I have any powers to? Anyway, okay, I have one lightsaber.
Mhm.
So I want to
And a plasma pistol.
Oh, I have both.
You're holding both. Yeah.
I want to combine my yoga and this tail whip action that I have here to like quit like.
Are you going to attach the lightsaber to your tail? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, I'd like to do that.
And what are you going to be lightsabering with your lightsaber?
The
tail?
remaining, like, the feet of the remaining shield guys. I want to, like, sweep them.
Well, they are scattered fairly far apart, so you would have to try and throw it to do something like that, as opposed to doing it with the tail.
Okay, then with one of my attacks, can I sweep with my tail, and then my other attack, pew, pew. I guess I recover from the sweep. I get up.
Oh, like you sweep all the way around?
I sweep
and
the
like,
ones I can, and then with the ones that are further
just sort of-
away, pew, pew, at them.
All right, that's feasible.
I've got this cool tail. I want to use this cool tail.
I am
cool-
down for using the cool
The
tail.
cool tail is amazing.
The cool tail is really amazing.
And I want to use yoga too. Cool. So, I mean, it should be so agile to be the most agile with the tail.
All right,
So I
can go for
can't
that.
attach the lightsaber to the tail.
Oh, you could. You just can't reach all of them
Oh, okay, great.
in hand-to-hand
Okay,
combat.
lightsaber to the tail, shoot the ones I can. With my plasma gun, Ray, shoot the ones with my second attack. The one that's closest.
Will you be making multi-actions to attack all 6 of them is the real question.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start with those tail sweep.
Oh, let's start with the tail sweeps. Okay.
You're going to use
Just
fighting for
fighting.
this. No penalty on the first one.
Oh, I got it right on.
All right, they do have a dodge still, so that first one is not going to hit.
Okay, I take a deep breath.
Next one is at -2.
Chad is on fire right now.
-2.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I beat that one by 2.
Beat that one by 2. For the shield mounties, that is equal to their dodge, so that will hit the second one.
Awesome.
And then make one more of those for the lightsaber attack.
Ooh, I beat that one by 6.
That also is a hit. It's less of a sweep them off their feet and more cut their legs off at the knees.
But my gracefulness stays the same.
Your gracefulness is wonderful, but they are
Despite what's
legless
What am I
for 2 of
Googling?
them. Not to be confused with Legolas.
Thank you for the
Leg-
distinction.
Legless, okay. What am
Speaking
I not
of
Googling?
counting,
And then can I get 3 shooting rolls from
Perennial
you?
setting.
Oh, no, I already
Straight
know.
roll for the first
I
one.
figured you would.
Yeah.
I beat that one by 6.
Beat it by 6.
You're
You
so
hit
tan
one,
there. We have to...
Even over the shield. That is exactly equal to what you need to hit one with the shield. The second one's at -2.
Leather cheerio.
My shooting, I failed that one.
Oof.
All right, that's a miss, and then one more at a -4.
Meow.
Meow?
Nope, I failed that one by 2.
All right.
Always meow.
That's literally the most common Vanessa exclamation.
Meow.
Well, you did cut the legs off of 2 of these shield wielders, and then shot one of them in the head and killed him.
All right.
That'll show him.
Now my body feels really energized and blissed out.
Yeah, and you're by the other guys, so I'm not worried about the tanks turning around to shoot me.
Yeah.
So thank you.
Don't worry about that.
Which next is going to be an 18, but you and I are both tied, Wyatt. So if I can just roll with you real quick.
What are we rolling on?
Just, we'll make it fast. Just roll 1 die, and we'll just do a natural die result. 9 on my end.
2.
All right, so I'm going to put my assault troops at 18.5, and they are going to open fire. Several of them are going to maneuver and fire at the exposed Arthur.
Arthur.
What's his dodge bonus?
I got points.
What is your dodge bonus? Might be a better question, because it's probably
Plus
better.
6.
6. All right, so we're rolling against you. We're going to
You
fire
telling me Arthur
and
doesn't
miss,
dodge?
fire and miss, fire and
He's
miss,
a turtle.
fire and miss. These next 3 shots are at the backside of Arthur.
Oh, and even
Fire
that's
and
even
miss.
safer.
Fire and
I have
miss.
big.
We have 1 that will beat your dodge bonus and hit, So it does 40 damage, but it's to the back of Arthur, and you should notice something specific on Arthur's sheet about shots to his back and his abilities.
Armor.
How much armor does he have on the back?
Tail
50.
hit it. back.
50. So your back completely is able
Okay.
to absorb this laser blast. It gets really hot, though.
He was
Arthur's
really
got a hot
really
butt.
graceful and dancing weirdly while he dodged them.
Several more are going to attempt to shoot at the dinosaur seeking cover behind the door, trying to shoot past his cover. It's a difficult shot, but they feel they have enough firepower to do so.
Now,
But
You
they
get
weren't expecting
4 points of cover beyond your dodge bonus.
which gives me they have to beat it by 10 right now in
Yes.
order to hit me.
It is still possible.
Yes.
And being as no one else is out in the open, all of those remaining shots for this brief moment from the assault troopers are coming at you. And most of them just hit that blast door or down at your feet or go past you as they overshoot it, and not a single one is able to land a hit on you. That is the assault troopers who finish going. Next we have Wyatt himself who will go.
Okay, so remind me of what the spacing is. There's no cover out in this room itself.
No,
correct?
unless you could get like all the way to the far side and try and use those gates themselves as cover. But you'd have to get all the way across this 400-meter expanse out in the open.
Okay. And how far away are the tanks themselves?
About 180 meters.
Okay.
A little closer than the midpoint.
Right. Okay, so just to keep this interesting, as I am fairly far over on the calamity persona.
oh, you sure are. You're farther than I've been in a long time.
Yeah.
Good luck.
So, I am going to try to jump out from cover,
Okay.
You
taunt, to try and draw fire, and as quickly as possible try to cobble together some of the dynamite along with one of the old plasma pistols, just to see if we can amp up that explosion a little. And then throw that into the closest grouping.
All right, you're going to take multi-action penalty. We can totally do that.
Yep.
So let's do the taunt first.
Okay. What do you want? What do you want for taunting?
Do you have a taunt skill on there?
I do not.
Do you have a persuasion skill on Calamity Jane's sheet
I have a
or your own?
persuasion skill on Wyatt's.
There you go. That is what I want you to use.
Yes, even with the penalty, I will beat that by 4.
Beat it by 4.
Hey, we got Raiders. Goblin Cave is here. Hey, guys.
Hey, Goblin Cave! Welcome to the welcome. Thank
Glad
you
you
for
could make
rating us. You're on Masters of the Metaverse here on the Zombie Orpheus Entertainment Channel. We're really glad you guys joined us. We're in the middle of an intense combat with dinosaur cowboys in space fighting alien invaders.
Yes, it's just as weird as it sounds.
Oh, with Mounties. I forgot about
Oh, yeah,
that.
they're all dressed like Canadian
Yes.
Mounties now, too.
Chad has
Thank
hacked
you,
it
Chad.
so that they all look like Canadian Mounties and profusely apologize as well.
Actually, also, if I could burn a meta point here. 'Cause if
Meta
we're gonna
point
do
use.
this-
Go ahead and move yourself on the
Burn it.
slider. Going full avatar on that one. All right, your
Okay.
next one, I'm going to need a demolitions roll from you. This is at a -2 multi-action penalty.
And better luck next time on that TPK Goblin Cave, because there's always next week. Always. We believe in you.
Demolitions, I beat that by 1.
Beat it by 1, including the -2 penalty.
Yep.
Nicely done. You managed to cobble together dynamite and a plasma gun, hope for the best, and then give me an athletics roll to throw it and hit the target. One of the tanks is what you're aiming for?
Uh,
I thought you said the
no,
group
I
of
was
them.
I was going for the grouping of guys that
okay.
still have the shields. I'm trying to.
All
lob
right,
it
hitting for
over-
shield wielding troops.
Yeah.
All right.
The shield Mounties.
Glad I asked first.
Yes. Would that be a -4?
Yes, -4 on this one.
Okay,
Dang.
I still beat that by 7.
Nice.
And is
Ah.
more than
excuse me.
their dodge bonus. The plasma-infused dynamite goes off. And not only are the remaining 3
Yay.
shield mounties killed, but 4 of the assault troopers are killed in the process,
forgot
getting
about
their
this.
numbers down to 16. I have 17 next for Rosie to act.
All right. Well, I'm Wild Jill because we did a meta meltdown.
Wow, Jill.
So this tiny little T-Rex.
She's 4 feet tall.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, look, that's shorter than I am.
Thank you.
That's like,
T-Rex.
that's a T-Rex that goes into your
It's going
She's
to pop out.
really cute.
Pop out from behind the door.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, all right. No, I see you right now.
Yes.
You all looking at me because I look so tiny to you, like I can't do anything to you. You doubting me. You want to doubt me? I tell you what happens when you doubt me. And then I would like to use my boosted ability from Hex Destiny, and I would like to take one tank, and I'd like to take the other tank, and I'd like to smash them together.
Smashing some tanks together.
Okay, but like, you take one tank.
No, sorry, one tank.
And the other tank, and you smash them together.
But I want to use that Ranton and Raven to like the what? Oh God, tank.
All right, why don't you go ahead and make a roll against Hex Destiny's magic score?
I will.
No one's done a Jesse James today.
I expected the Jesse James to come out of the
Look.
taunt.
Yeah.
I thought about it, but then this talk. Oh.
His taunt. Yeah. No.
I beat my magic by 2.
Beat the magic by 2. You hit these tanks together pretty solidly. And there's some denting and seems to be some kind of energy field that's around them, and you think you might have destroyed that shield by impacting it together.
Also, I'm hoping that I have distracted our troopers
But you were ranting and raving.
by a tiny little T-Rex
Ranting and
throwing
raving.
2 tanks together with the power of his mind. Her mind.
Never mind.
All right, the next up would be the shock troops armed with shields and energy lances, but they are all dead. So they're off,
Oh,
and then
no.
last in count is the 2 tanks.
I wanted an
They're all
energy
messed
lance.
up now.
They got slammed together and their energy shields destroyed, but they are still fully functioning tanks. The main guns don't seem to turn to fire at anyone. It's almost like they don't
Want a
wanna
fire
use
inside?
Yeah, a giant gun inside of this room, not a good idea. But they do have some kind of anti-personnel mounted weapon on the top that swivels to face, and one of them is going to open fire onto the exposed Arthur, and the other one is going to try and open fire on the taunting person as well.
That's fair.
Drew their attention with both
You
of those.
put me in the line of danger?
I apologize. I have a plan for that.
Oh, you have a plan.
You know you only get
I
to do
have
this
a
for one
skin
round,
that
right?
I would like to save. Thank you very much.
We will beat our shooting score by 5, which is not enough to hit Aquamarine. You are able to dodge the rapid firing laser mounted on the turret.
Like Neo.
It is, and then I will beat the one against you by 4, but you also are getting cover at this moment. So again, all of these laser blasts hit that half of a blast door, but these hit a lot harder than those rifles that they're in, and entire areas light up and glow red, and some of it melts and falls away, giving you a lot less cover than you had a second ago.
That just makes. Hey, Shadowcasters is here. How you doing, guys? Miss you.
Did you ever hear about the dinosaur that had horrible gas? Many scientists believe its existence was an extinction level event. Hashtag metaphor.
Oh,
Thank you,
Uber.
Chad.
It's been such a long time since we've gotten a pun from Uber.
Thank you. That was fantastic. Thank you so much.
Oh.
And welcome,
I'm totally
Shadowcasters,
glad
to
you
Masters of the
made
Metaverse. All right, we again start at the top of the order, but I want you to swap your avatar sheets back as the meltdown has ended, and you are
I was
back
getting
in your
used
own
to
bodies.
There you go, Al.
Thanks, sir.
Okay.
Shadowcasters, if you're joining us, we are cowboy dinosaurs in space.
Yes.
You're all caught up now.
I mean, what could be cooler
Fighting
than
basically
Space Mounties.
space
Mounties.
Mounties,
Space Mounties.
who maybe also are Nazis. I mean, they're invading and trying to wipe
Yeah,
out
they are.
people. So.
Okay.
I mean, they're fascists at least. We
Oh,
know
at the
that.
very
okay,
least.
yeah.
At the very least. Canadian
is
fascists. I never
fantastic.
thought I'd see the day.
That is tragic.
And we are again, Crash Jackson, starting us off with a 25 on the initiative scale.
All right. Remind me. I am standing literally like right in the middle of everything now.
Yeah, two tanks just got slammed
You're
together, almost like
welcome.
right overhead, and they dropped back into their places.
Oh man, and I didn't do that.
No, you did
Oh,
not.
you didn't. But that's pretty cool.
Okay, obviously I want to get my bearings, but these assault guys are obviously a big problem.
Oh yeah,
As they are.
there's 16 of them remaining.
Man, I don't like that. Seems like way too many.
It is a lot of bad guys.
I'm going to holster said pistol, put a double grip on that pistol saber.
The pistol saber.
I'm going full Jedi on these fools.
Dino Jedi.
In fact, just to make myself a little bit faster, I'm going to drain the power from the pistol.
Completely drain the
Completely
power
drain
from
the power
pistol.
from the
All right,
pistol.
the electrical charge from the pistol is gone. There is no longer a lightsaber in your hand.
No, the pistol, not the lightsaber.
Oh, the pistol. Gotcha. Okay.
Right.
But you no longer have a gun. You do have a lightsaber.
Tossing it.
That was 40 points of damage worth that you could absorb.
Thank you
through
so much.
use on your recycling of energy power.
Groovy. I'll use that to make myself faster and just basically give myself one more action this round.
40 is enough to gain an additional action.
I'm going to burn that off right now. And I'm going to be taking 3 attacks this round
All right.
Okay.
after I spend a meta point.
Meta point spent.
Yes.
Going full pilot. Proceed with your fighting checks to cut them down with your makeshift lightsaber.
All right. And I figured those tanks are a big enough problem for everybody else too, so I'm going to not worry about them and focus completely on the troops.
All right. Give me some attacks.
I probably don't want to do that yet. So yeah, going for attacks, and I'm going to split.
Splitting
I'm
those attacks.
splitting each individual attack.
So you're going to make a total of 6.
I'm making a total of 6 attacks, but I'm only taking the -2 bonus for doing it at 1 extra attack because I'm taking my...
Yes.
Right. But yes, 6 total attacks.
All right. Let's hear some results.
What's the damage on that plasma saber?
The damage is only 30, but it's armor piercing 60.
Okay. That's plenty to get through their armor. And once I realize that, maybe I should go for the tanks instead.
Yeah, maybe.
But I don't know it yet because we haven't really tried it out. So, I'm not going to use that metagame. Now that guy's dead.
What do we
Sorry.
got?
My fighting roll, I beat by 11.
Yeah, that is
And
a
that's
quick decapitation and arm removed as well.
15 is
yes.
going to make it by...
I'm ahead.
And yeah, so this would be doing 60 anyway because of my massive damage. That's right, fighting 14. Oh wait, that's a 1. Never mind. Yeah, that guy's also dead.
All right. 14 remaining.
I thought there was 2 7s, but it was a 7 and a 1. 3 and 5. That's an 8 I rolled, so I beat it by over 10.
13 remaining.
It's an 8 again.
12 remaining.
This is if this rolls 9, if that
11.
that black one keeps rolling 1s.
2 more from you.
Oh, not the
5.
green one roll.
10 and last one.
I rolled a 10 that time, but that's the highest I've rolled in 6 rolls, so I'm feeling pretty good about myself right now.
Goodness.
Moving
gracious.
around the fastest you have ever seen an anthropomorphic ankylosaur, wielding a pistol-mounted lightsaber, just cutting heads, arms, bodies in half. Each one, the blade just cutting completely through it without any resistance at all. And there are burnt, cauterized forms.
Oh, and
floating
I'm
on the
gonna
ground.
just go ahead and take a no roll on my athletics 20 just so I can do little flippy doos around.
It looks like, a scene out of one of those movies whose names I'm not going to mention.
Yeah.
Are they creatures that like pizza?
No.
No, but that could also be
That
accurate.
could also be accurate. I like that. I like
I
both.
would say-
I
the name
basically
of
do
that.
look like a Ninja Turtle with a lightsaber, though.
Yeah.
And a
It's
tail
because
with a
of
big club at the
Aquamarine.
end.
She rubbed off. her-
That was
So
it.
pretty.
That's exactly what it is. Some of the moves look like
Not the
yoga for no
turtles.
good reason.
For no good reason, yoga. I love
And
it.
fantastic. And we are on to Andy James being next. There are
Okay.
only 9 of the assault troopers left and 2 tanks.
Great. I'm gonna try to translocation magic myself onto one of those tanks.
Onto or into?
Well, let's see. I was
Remember,
originally.
it's harder if you can't see.
That
But she
makes
gets
a
a
big
du-
difference.
That makes a big difference.
On is way easier than in.
But she does get a double roll.
But I do get a double roll.
Plus, that would technically be riding it and not driving it.
Oh, there you
Well,
go.
okay. So my original thought was I was gonna take out the anti-personnel gun on top of it. So that seeing is significantly easier, and also I won't ride it. And also maybe I can use that gun before I take it out on the other tank. I'm just gonna try to get on top of it, and we'll see what happens.
Let's see what happens there. Give me a translocation magic skill test.
Okay.
This is doing something exceedingly dangerous.
Exceedingly dangerous. Like super dangerous. Oh yeah. Let's reroll that. I was only off by 1, but like, come on. Okay.
You get to roll twice on doing something exceedingly or stupidly dangerous. There's one of the
Okay,
inherent
so
abilities of that
I'm gonna
avatar.
hit that dead on, but I do have my chat.
Dead on is enough to teleport yourself using translocation magic right on top of this tank.
I'm gonna do a little dance.
And he's riding.
Okay, I'm done. Great. I'm riding it. Cool.
Now
Apparently your
what, Andy
costume
James?
is super on point because of your necklace. Congratulations. I thought I did a good job because I'm playing an Ankylosaurus and I wore a turtleneck.
Yeah, well, I'm a raptor, so I'm pretty flashy. Is the thing.
Yeah, you are.
It's true.
You're a little
Flashy.
flashy.
I'm a pretty flashy raptor, but also like I have so much dinosaur paraphernalia, y'all. Like, and this has been a dream. That's my bathroom sign. We brought it here.
That explains the smell.
Yeah. Anyway, not important. You're okay.
Moving cheerfully on.
Moving cheerfully on because my shit smells like roses. That's so kind of you. Anyway,
No, I mean it smelled like a bathroom potpourri.
because I'm 87.
Yeah, because you're an old lady in a young woman's body and always have been.
Okay, sorry.
I would like to add that in the spirit of Chat's hack, that the tanks have moose antlers.
Oh, as well they should, yeah. Absolutely.
What?
Yes.
Grab those antlers.
That's amazing.
Hold
The
on.
tanks have moose antlers.
All right. So is it possible to shoot this anti-personnel?
Well, it's shooting right now. You might be able to turn and have it point at something.
Great. How many?
After seeing it shoot the door, you're not sure how effective it'll be on a tank.
I mean,
But a tank with no shield.
But a tank with no shield. / I could try to strafe the other
The other
gun.
9 assault troopers? Not a terrible idea.
Let's just
Both
go
are
on.
viable ideas. What are you going to try for?
Oh god. Well,
Do one of the things.
I'm gonna do one of the things. I'm gonna take out the other tank's gun.
The other tank's
Yeah,
gun.
yeah.
All right, you are
Yeah,
going
yeah.
to aim for the other tank's gun by
am.
forcing this tank's gun to aim at.
Because
I'm
I
going to have
have
you make an
supernatural
athletics
strength.
roll on this one because you are using that supernatural strength of yours. Try and twist and turn this to fire at the other tank.
Yeah, I'm gonna beat that by 8.
Beat it by 8. You turn it and point it right at the other tank and just light the whole side of it up. And it does some like little black dark marks on the exterior and even seems to damage that gun a little, but doesn't seem to go through the armor of the tank.
Does it take off one of the moose antlers?
Now those moose antlers are in pristine condition.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Durasteel
Pristine.
moose antlers.
Don't
Solid
mess
steel.
with the moose
It's
antlers.
the moose
Aquamarine will be
Moose
next.
knuckle, I suppose.
Can I use my boosted abilities for both of my attacks?
Depends on what you have in mind. What are you trying to do?
I'd like to reach deep into my brain to access the powers of Lady Vale and her textile kinesis
Okay.
and make their Mountie costumes, squeeze them till they can't breathe anymore.
So you're going to pop them like Zeds using their Mountie costumes?
Yes.
Oh wow!
Yes, my idea was then to use my second attack and like do something with a time bubble and like.
Well, only one, so
Okay.
use the
We'll
same
go-
ability on both. It would work. Like you could
Okay,
textile
then we'll
kinesis.
just textile pop them.
Okay. You want to pop them like
We'll
this?
save time for later. Oh,
Okay.
cut before I did it.
That-
No, Leo. I love you. There, did it.
All right. Go ahead and roll a power use roll for me. You're going to be rolling
Power
against a
use.
score of 16 because you're using Lady Vale's power.
Power use. Where is that?
It won't be on your sheet because you're using Lady Vale's power.
Okay, I'm just gonna use a meta point.
Using a meta point to go full pilot. You'll be rolling 8s on that power use roll then.
Oh man.
Oh, I
was gonna
did
try
like
to
the best I
bond this
could
dinosaur,
possibly
but I'm not
do.
sure.
Did you roll 2 ones?
I did.
All 9 of them explode like zits from a critical success.
Yes!
Because of their Mountie outfits.
Because of their, and that is in fact
Oh,
all
they were
that
red and
remains.
inflamed, and then they.
That isn't a tank.
All that remains of those Mountie outfits are those Mountie outfits. The rest is just crushed and a mixture of metal and flesh just squished together and wrung out, and it's rather disgusting looking.
Dang.
Some of them like splattered as high as the 100-meter ceiling.
Those uniforms are made of very sturdy material.
I hold in the feeling of Lady Belle for just a moment before she leaves me.
Wow.
I missed her.
Gotta stretch this out for another half hour, James.
Oh no, I have more to come.
Oh,
Yeah,
God.
we're not nearly done yet.
Oh, I was so hopeful.
You gotta manage to finish this all in the next half hour. That's
Gonna be the real trick.
All right, they would have gone next, but they just
Tried
all
coming.
exploded. So we're gonna go to Wyatt.
Okay.
Wyatt, he is rolling.
It's true. I will take aim at the tank that has that Andy has already shot. That's hopefully taken some damage.
All right.
And I'm going to try to make 4 attacks on it total. Specifically with the not the plasma ones, but the more sharpshootery
Okay.
ones on that. Is there any like open area for pilots to look out
Looks
of?
like it's totally sealed. Like they've used some other idea to see what's on there.
Covert ops will tell you where the cameras are.
That's true.
It's true.
Takes an action. You will be making the multi-action use with your stuff there, but it'd tell you something.
Well, I'd also need to burn that last meta point because I'm full
Do it.
avatar right now. Yeah,
You
let's go
could
ahead.
That's your
also
meta
use-
point, buddy.
You could also use your prison rules buff to go anywhere on the spectrum.
Yeah, but I want to hold that because
Use a meta point.
I like that. Yeah, meta
Use
point,
it.
meta point going.
Woo woo.
So let's go ahead and try covert ops first.
All right. Roll against that covert ops skill.
Yes, that is. Beat it by 3.
There are multiple little scanning devices mounted on the exterior, but there's only one forward-facing one. The others are kind of put in angles to see behind it.
Let's
And to
go
the
ahead.
sides.
Let's go ahead and take a shot at that forward-facing one.
All right. It is a small target, but you know exactly where it is. And now, aren't you good at shooting things that have cover or penalties associated with it?
You know, it's funny. I actually am. I ignore 2 points of penalties for cover, range, moving target, etc.
Oh,
All right. Then you ignore the penalty for firing at such a small target.
That's where I got screwed up when I used your character sheet. I thought that said sharpshooter.
Yeah. Only when he's been drinking. And beat it by 8.
Beat it by 8. That is a perfect shot, and you destroy this little sensor device mounted on the front, believing that that tank is most likely blind.
I think if we stand in front of it, that one can't see us anymore. Just that one. though.
Rosie, you're next.
The first thing I would like to do is I would like to do a notice check to see where the tanks are being controlled from.
Okay.
Maybe that's not smart, but I feel like if there's no windows and it's just cameras, maybe there's a possibility it's being controlled from somewhere else.
Notice.
Always worth it.
I beat that by 14.
You are 100% certain that these tanks are remotely operated. There's no possible way a crew could squeeze inside of that frame.
Great. And is there anything, since it's a 14, it's a critical success. Is there anything in the room, like, above, do I notice a control area?
No, but with the 14, you know enough that they were able to, detonate a ship from orbit from their command center up here. It's probably not a big stretch that from their command center they can pilot as many tanks as they want to.
Great, okay.
But you also know they're looking at you through a camera, and can you hex people through a camera or magic people through a camera? Like, if they're looking at you, you can do something to them, you know?
Yeah, okay, yeah. I've never tried to magic someone through a camera.
There's a variety of things you could do here. I am not going to give you
Yeah.
any suggestions because
No.
I have 10 off the top of my head that I would pull off.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because you're very intelligent.
So are you, Maggie Doyle.
That's for
Yeah,
darn
take
sure.
that.
Okay.
Very.
So are we at double Patreon?
No. We're close. So we did get boosted though.
Yeah.
All right. I'll use my. I've used God magic because I've already used my boosted, but that still will work. Although I'll also, it won't work for mischief. Everyone who is looking at me in the camera is just gonna freeze.
Oh.
So they can't move until I allow them to. So, and I want this to be ongoing. You're probably not gonna allow that to happen.
Like a hypnotizing thing.
Yeah, you look at it and they can't move, so they can't control the tank, they can't do the thing.
Go ahead and give me a God magic roll there, using your powers of Loki.
I will. Just looking at the store. Okay, nothing. Okay. I beat it by 3.
Beat it by 3. That's going to work on the one tank with the forward scanner that's still functioning, but the one that is got the forward scanner broken, not gonna get whoever is controlling that.
That's fine. I'm hoping it's in a control room, so that other people are like, "Why are you frozen?" Because
Not a terrible idea.
hope they're right.
Now that tank, of course, is not going to act, but the other one is going to act.
That's the one I'm on?
The one you're riding.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the controller for that one. Oh.
Hashtag cool rule. Let's put a bit towards this.
ooh,
Me.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you, McQuickie.
Yeah,
Okay.
we are making some points
nice.
there. And the second tank, the one you're riding on, Andy James, suddenly explodes.
Oh, my poor little nethers.
That's going to be 50 points of damage, Andy James,
Oh, God.
as it explodes and launches you through the air.
Ouch.
50?
Yep.
Why did it have to be 50?
Well, you have a little
Oh,
armor.
I do have armor
You're-
10.
Yeah,
So subtract
you got
10
armor
from that.
Plus you got your Patreon.
Oh, plus I have my Patreon. I'm gonna steal my pen.
So subtract the 10 from that and the 10 for your Patreon.
So you only took 30?
So I only took
30 squeezes through to
Are
you.
we? But this is my
You're
body.
no. This
Oh.
is your body because you're in this body.
I'm not in that body.
Oh, sorry.
Yep.
That's your body because you're in
30
that body.
damage
That's
to
what
that form, and you are launched across
Okay.
the room and into a wall.
yikes!
Does that also damage me?
That is included in the whole setup.
Oh, it
there.
is. Okay. Man,
Yeah.
because if you get me past half health, then I get an extra action. So I'm just saying,
Not there
I'll
yet.
take the hit.
It is quite the explosion. And we will go back to the top of the round with Crash because that other tank is not able to activate.
And now your friends from Sapphire Industries are proud to present to you your cardio for this evening. Don't forget to exercise regularly. Hashtag dance party.
Uh-oh,
Oh
time
my
for a dance party, guys.
Are we,
All right.
Are we there?
Yeah,
We're
man.
there.
We just got one. As soon as the music cues up, you have to dance.
All right, well let's keep going
Oh.
till Leo gets that queued up.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to
Okay.
wait for it. That's for darn sure.
Yes. Crash, what are we doing?
It looks like probably dancing, as the case may be. I just have a feeling that's the
Double
way.
Patreon!
And we're at double Patreon, everybody. So you get that bonus two times.
That's right.
Oh, it is this one.
They fly through dimensions, this isn't love. Heroes compelled, they have no choice. Bound on the wings of a secret voice. Masters, masters of the metaverse, masters of the metaverse. Masters of the metaverse, masters of the metaverse.
That was good.
Thank you, chat. Very much.
Ah.
And thank you, Sapphire. And we did just hit the double Patreon boosted. That means if you used your extra bonus for a Patreon roll, you have it back again. And if you use that Patreon health up, you have it back again.
Oh, thank goodness.
All right.
It's back.
All right, Crash, you've got a tank to deal with still.
It's just a tank?
Just a tank. They can't see, or can see, but can't really act at the moment.
All right.
Though I'm not sure if Rosie has forwarded that information to you.
Yeah. I would have said what I could in the time I had.
Well, I'm gonna cut it. I'm gonna cut it 2 times. 2 times.
2 times?
2 times.
2 times.
You just said it 3 times.
Oh, never mind. Hold on.
Are you gonna cut it 3 times, 3 times, 3 times?
Tank can't see. Tank can't see.
Well, maybe. Can't act at the moment.
Can't act. Hold on. There's gates in here.
Yep. Glowing gates.
Oh yeah, I
Right.
forgot about the gates.
Gotta start by the tanks.
Yeah.
How sturdy do they look?
Pretty solid.
Could have attacked
Yeah?
the gates.
All
I
right.
mean, they seem like they're built into the floor here. They're not
Alright.
just freestanding.
That's what I needed to know. Built into the floor, not
So we can-
freestanding.
About 13 meters across. A couple meters wider than this tank is, really.
Uh,
Okay.
Like, you know, when somebody could drive one right through that.
I don't want to do that because what if the tank goes to our world?
It does.
Oh,
One of those gates probably does.
great.
All of them probably do, since that's the metaverse they're invading from this one.
Our people.
They got to bring stuff here, too.
Fair enough. Well, what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk up there with that sweet-ass plasma saber that I have made with its 60
Sweet-ass
armor penetration.
Cutting.
I'm going to make a multi-attack.
Oh, boy.
I'm going to try and hit this 3 times with one action.
Okay.
I know that's going to give me a progressive
Yeah,
penalty,
every
but I don't imagine that it has a dodge bonus.
No, it does not. Its driver is currently hypnotized. So it
I'm
does
also
0.
going to activate Hacksaw.
Oh.
So you're really going to mess up this tank.
No, I'm not hitting the tank. I'm hitting the gate.
Oh, hitting the gate.
Yeah.
Ah.
Dang.
All right.
Making a multi-attack on the gate with the plasma saber and activating Hacksaw.
I see what you're trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
That didn't sound like a GM really loving what you're trying to do.
No. He'll hate this.
Go ahead and give me some fighting tests on there. This is a creative solution. I actually enjoy creative solutions. So,
Crash versus the gate.
You better
are you
punch
saying
it.
that you're a gate crasher?
You better.
Oh.
That's exactly what I am.
Can you just finish with one punch? Can you punch the gate?
I rolled a 3
That is more than enough to be
Punch the bank of
successful.
for the
gates.
first attack.
Oh.
Rolled a 10 for the second attack, which is also
Enough to be
plenty.
successful.
I really just gotta not roll double 8s,
Mm-hmm.
and I didn't. So
All three
I
are
beat that. I beat
successful.
them all by a 10 or more.
And activating Hacksaw, you simultaneously destroy every gate on this orbital station with your Hacksaw
That's
attack.
brilliant.
I'm gonna, for trying to science it, explain that it creates some kind of feedback when he attacks it, which then transfers to the other gates on board this orbital station and blows them up by proxy.
And there's a time loop and a
Yep, it just-
paradox.
they blow up, paradox, gates destroyed.
That's something that you can fix. With.
No one is going to be sending any reinforcements in the immediate future, at least not until they rebuild some gates.
Not
Yeah.
until next week.
Okay.
When we're going to go to Andy James next at a 24.5. There's still a tank on the battlefield.
And I'm still alive, so
You're
there
still
is that.
alive. You
Okay.
hurt a little, but
Yeah,
you're alive.
know. Jane's having a great time.
That was. I'm glad that worked. That was pretty neat.
Yes,
That was
it was.
very neat.
Yeah, Jane's okay. She's blown herself up more than once on accident, and it's been worse than this, so
Well,
she's going to be all right.
Okay.
I mean, she sits on boxes of dynamite and smokes a pipe. Bad things tend to happen to Jane.
Problem. It's a problem.
So you're telling me that my nethers were less tender and a little bit more callous?
How does it always?
Always about the nethers.
It's always about the nethers are important. One might even say it's the seat of your existence.
Nice.
That's scams.
That was very good.
Okay. So what am I gonna do?
Second time?
I just get so wrapped up in the things that you do. That
Third
I don't. I'm gonna throw a knife. Because I love this knife.
It's so cool.
It's a great knife. Can I attach
It's the best
dynamite
knife.
to
It
it?
has the best blade.
Absolutely.
Oh! Okay.
Why would you not?
Why would I not? Is there a particularly weakened spot on that tank? Because it's the one I strafed, right?
Right up at the top where you shot the crap out of its gun.
Oh, that's true. Wait, okay, so...
Matt, and from personal experience, shooting tanks, they're always weakest at the turret. There's
Gotcha.
anywhere where it has to have motion.
From experience.
Then it's... Yeah.
Okay.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough.
He's a
You aim
Marine.
for
He used
that
to
little-
fight tanks with his bare hands.
You aim for that little gap between the turret and the body. Sorry.
James did actually take down a tank with his bare hands.
That's true. That's a true fact.
That's
We all know
not a
that.
true story.
Whatever. We say
absolutely
it
true.
is.
No, I think it's canon now.
It's real life.
Canon for your whole life. Okay. Am I close enough?
I mean, it was the
To
fuel tank
it.
for a Bic lighter, but it wasn't. But he got it in one shot.
Am I close enough to teleport without my translocational magic?
You will need translocation of magic.
Oh, well, fuck it. Let's try it again. It's dangerous, right?
Oh, it's extremely dangerous.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. I'm gonna ride it. Okay. And and that does beat it by 1.
That is a success still.
Oh, but
that does better.
That does better.
Better. Better.
Yeah, success.
And where are you translocating?
Well, to the turret where it's weak.
Good.
Uh-huh.
And then?
And then I'm going to knife dynamite, and I think I'm gonna try to throw the knife through the tank to the floor.
So you can get some dynamite in the interior of the tank.
Exactly.
Is that what you're going
So
for?
that I can ride an exploding tank again, apparently.
All right, give me an athletics and demolition test, both.
Okay.
please.
Well, athletics, yep, athletics I'm rolling on. Gonna beat that by 10.
That is quite the solid throw, enough that the
It's a
knife that it does
solid
tear
throw.
through the entirety of that exterior armor and takes that stick of dynamite down inside of the tank. Now let's see
I'm
what happens with that
rolling
demolitions roll.
12s, because I'm on the wrong side of my...
Oh, no.
And there is no.
No.
Okay. Well, this is still dangerous, right? I mean...
Oh, it's excessively dangerous. You're throwing dynamite into a vehicle that you're riding on top of.
Right, I know, but it's further away from me than it was, so I wasn't sure if that was going to count as
Oh,
being
it's
less
definitely dangerous.
Okay, cool. Except I'm not going to need it.
What'd you get?
Because I would have beat that by 4, but heck, let's try again anyway. Yeah, so we're going to beat it by 4.
All right, that is good enough. You throw your knife on the inside of it. The dynamite detonates, and being as this is a very high-tech tank and doesn't actually carry any ordnance, nothing really explodes more than the dynamite and the damage that's done inside. But you do have an abrupt landing on the ground as it ceases to hover.
So it went
And
from
cracks like an egg.
bucking bronco to kind of sleeping bowl.
It's kind of like a cracked hard-boiled egg.
Oh, the opposite. Yeah, that's right.
With a big hole on the top caused by a knife.
Oh.
Red mist seeps out. Except nobody's actually inside of it. So.
It's just fuel.
Oh, it's fuel?
Yeah, weirdly
Wait.
they fill these things with ketchup too, which is not something you would
No,
expect
but if
with the
they
hover
filled
tank.
it with something that's flammable, I got more dynamite. That's all I'm saying.
The ship's comms cut on. Metapilot intruders, your efforts here are ultimately futile. Your metaverse will be yours. You cannot hope to achieve victory here. All you have done today is ensure the death of those on the planet below. And then the voice cuts out.
See, I told you about the dinosaur arm.
The whole station seems to jerk and move.
It's gonna try and crash into the stupid planet. It's
Yep.
trying
Like
to
an
crash into the
asteroid.
planet.
Well, can
Well, evidently
wait.
these assholes
no,
behave like Dragon Ball Z villains when they've been bested.
I don't understand that reference.
Sorry.
That was good. That was really good.
They're trying to start the Ice Age.
Oh, come on, I had to do it.
Is it too late to Independence Day this thing?
No, yes. I mean, we don't know how to blow up the whole thing,
No idea how to blow up the whole thing.
but
Unless there's like a special
Unless,
compartment.
wait, we have a tank, which presumably we can still shoot the big guns on, right? It hasn't exploded.
we can't drive the tank as it's remotely operated.
I know, but could we? God.
If we had a power source, and you and I are both pretty good with figuring guns out, maybe we could get this thing back
Can
online.
we figure
Fire
out
off a
where
big
the
one.
operations
It's
in
7-kilometer base. It would take a long time with even that tank's gun to blow it up.
Have all of you
Oh, I
used your
understand
boosted?
that.
I haven't used any of my boosted.
I have a boosted to use.
Did we get a second boosted when we got Patreon, or was it just Patreon back?
No, only Patreon.
Only Patreon came back.
You
But
do not
some
have
people,
a second boosted.
Some people haven't used their boosted ability.
All right.
I don't
That's
think
okay.
I used my boosted because we wound up using
Andy,
a buff.
when
Yes.
we're done here,
Uh-huh.
before you jack out, get Zippity to Arena.
Okay.
He's our first prisoner of war.
Okay.
So,
I'm gonna go outside.
I haven't used my boosted yet either, and I'm just saying that I could try and, touch base with the big man, see if he can figure out a nice, convenient way to get us some schematics and how we can blow this thing up before it can crash.
There's no way we'll be able to blow this thing up before it crashes into the planet.
Can we change its
if we do that,
trajectory?
on that we can do.
Okay.
I figure with the size of this base, we don't have any gravity to worry about, so the weight's not going to be a huge problem. It's just the sheer size of it that's the problem. I think the best I can do is to put it in orbit. Way too
Okay.
fast.
Put it in which orbit?
Like, I can't reverse the trajectory of the station, but I can probably swerve it enough so where we can put it in orbit around the Earth.
Around the dino.
Do you think if you were Zeus, you could go like this and it would explode?
It's not quite that simple. For example, we're close enough to the Earth right now where if it does explode, most of this stuff's going to do the same thing that this thing would have done anyway because all the stuff is flying that way.
Yeah.
Oh.
I got to keep it in one piece to make
Okay.
this work.
Okay.
Then what else do you need from us?
I need you guys to get the hell off the station and take Zippity with you using the ship that we got here on.
All right.
Okay.
What do you think?
I mean, if we can get it up there into orbit, that makes sense. My only concern is, I know they don't have the ability to come in or out right now, but if we leave this intact, can't they just rebuild with the forces they have
Well,
here?
we can take it down after it stops, but we got to keep it from crashing into the planet.
Cool. Just wanted to make sure we got other things to do besides just that.
Oh yeah.
Let's get to the.
This
let's
doesn't.
get to
This is one of those nice planets that doesn't have any satellite junk. We're just gonna make a whole bunch after we get it to stop.
All right. Let's get on back to the
I
hangar.
think that I can't do this myself,
No. No.
but I'm gonna have to get outside to do it, so I can see where we're going.
Okay.
Everyone make a mind check, please. You don't need to do so,
Are we
Crash,
doing that
before we
on
know
eights?
exactly what we're doing. I'm seeing if they do.
I beat it by 1.
Beat it by 3.
What are we doing that on?
Mine.
Fine.
I know, but are we doing that on 8s, 12s? What are we
You're on 8, so you roll 8.
Oh, nope.
For those of you that succeeded, you think that Crash's plan will work, but it will be lethal to Arthur, his avatar. He will be in space and he will die. Anyone else who is with him in space will also die.
You have telekinesis. Can you, like, fashion a suit for him out of the many, many pieces of suit?
She doesn't have it anymore. She is
That's
boosted.
right. But we love Arthur.
Arthur knows what he's getting into.
Yeah, they all did.
We've talked it out. He's willing to lay his life on the line to save everybody else, especially you guys. Also, his wife.
Yeah, I mean, can I just magic you a helmet? A suit? A dino suit? I've seen the suits.
I don't know. I don't know how to do it.
Tell you what, let me.
Wait, oh.
You're
Can
running
we
out of time.
match your magic with my theoretical science? Can we try that? I am on the wrong side of this. I am on the really wrong side of this. But
I
it's
don't
worth
know.
a shot.
Moving along to the to get
All
to
right.
a ship to get out.
You make your way back
still
towards
in
the
for
hangar. It
ideas
is
as we're
picking
doing
up
it.
Yeah.
speed as you move
I
back
don't
towards
know
the
if we
hangar.
can.
We can
The way you have
try.
come is remarkably, of course, clear from all adversaries. But it is quite a bit back. You know, you have a 3-kilometer tunnel to run down without a tram car functioning. And this entire time it is picking up speed. And it does get noticeably a little bit warmer. Then you get back towards that hangar, and the doors are, of course, sealed shut because the hangar is blown open.
I'm gonna, I didn't see when we were coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Did I see any type of in the hub? Was there any type of open air area? Not really open air, but viewing area from inside. Is it a completely windowless structure?
You believe that the top of the disc might have had a viewing area from it.
But it's probably chock full of dudes.
Probably. Or not at all.
Don't know. Well, that's where I'm gonna try and do it from.
All right, so you have split. The group is heading towards the hangar.
I am teleporting up to that viewing area.
You are going to teleport up to that viewing area. You reach that
And
hangar. As
with
I said, the doors are sealed shut there. You're going to need to find a way past those doors to get to your ship. And you will be going out into a vacuum to do so. So you're going to need some kind of assistance.
Air bubbles from magic people would probably
Then why can't I give you an air bubble?
because you're not gonna be with me.
But you said you needed help. You couldn't do it.
Getting
by
you
yourself.
guys off? Yeah. Getting you guys off the station is the part that I need help with. Like, again, I don't have any gravity or resistance to worry about here.
I mean, I beat my magic roll.
All right, you create temporary air pockets that will last a very brief amount of time. Who's getting their way past the door there and how?
Is it the same door that
Yeah,
dealt with this
you
door
just,
before?
that they're sealed shut from whatever kind of security protocols, and Zippity-Doo does DNA doesn't open doors anymore.
Is there
But
anybody
you have
else's
hacked
DNA
into one of these doors
lying
before.
around?
Do that
Give me a
again.
computer's roll.
All right.
Oh, I beat that a lot.
Beat it by a lot. You crack
And I'm dead
open
on.
the
More
door.
than 10.
Using your temporary air bubbles, you're able to find another one of these chips. You can't take the one you took in, obviously, because it's blown to pieces.
Can we use
But-
it to pick up Arthur and return him to his...
I think I can save Arthur.
Okay.
Awesome.
I just can't
And you
send
are
him
able
home.
to, this one, thankfully, has not had the little module taken out of it, so while it could still be auto-destructed, it does have the nice feature of an auto-docking and undocking procedure,
Oh,
so it
that's
just
nice.
requires the push of the button instead of a pilot to
Great.
get you outside of that hangar.
Person with the longest
And
arms.
let's cut to Arthur. You are on the bridge, Arthur. It is almost completely empty. There is one individual on the bridge, seemingly in some form of a captain's chair, and he seems to be piloting the entire space station directly towards the planet's
Did the
surface.
flash of lightning disrupt his concentration at all?
He seems rather fixated. It didn't even seem to notice you enter with the crazy flash of lightning blowing things open, but several of the computers are already exploding in here
Right.
as it's reaching a velocity.
I will
The
make
space
sure
station
to
is not
shoot
meant
that
to-
guy so he doesn't try and stop me.
Go ahead and give me a shooting test. There's no dodge bonus.
Oh yeah, I shot
You
him.
shoot him clean through the head.
He's all kinds of shot.
Just
And,
before you shot him, he has a remarkable resemblance to yourself. I mean, he looks like he could be your younger brother. Same hair.
Arthur's
same,
younger brother?
No, but Crash Jackson's younger brother. Looks
Class-
a lot like him.
He's a class 5, maybe.
From the same genetic line, probably.
He could have been my 742 equivalent. He's probably a full pilot.
Didn't get the pilot vibe from him at all, but definitely looked the same.
Okay. Well, now to do the impossible.
Yes. I need a power use roll from you to attempt to maneuver this space station and keep it into orbit. I'm going to spoil from you. If you can manage to keep it into orbit, somebody else has already saved the day. You're just going to have to find a way to keep it in orbit.
I think I can do that because what I'm going to use is my waffle ability to use my navigation ability and astrogation ability from Kit Foxman.
Aha! Kit Foxman!
Okay. Yes.
Along with my inherent control of kinetic energy. I'm going to
Excellent.
use that to slow it down with a little help from my buddy Butch.
Go ahead
And I'm going to act like I've been planning this the whole time.
So you're going to
course.
fully pull a Kit Foxman.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Checkmate.
Foxman.
You got to say the line.
Yeah, I will if I pull it off.
All right. Power use.
Power use. I rolled a 6.
That is a critical success on power use.
Okay.
But I imagine because of the size of it, it's going to have a big penalty. So I'm also going to throw my Patreon bonus twice into there, bringing it down to a -2.
Well, the penalty for size on this is 8, which is your combined Patreon bonuses, maintaining the critical success.
Ooh, nice.
So
Thank
you
you,
push
Patreon.
the space station into orbit.
Next time, Foxman.
Yeah, I can hear that in my head.
Checkmate.
Checkmate. And then you are outside of this space station, as it is no longer a space station that you're floating in space, watching as the cold begins to penetrate your bones. It is in fact a moon. And there are now 2 moons in orbit around this planet. Thank you, Chad.
hold
Hack
on,
turns
before-
the space station into a moon.
Nice. Before we go, I know I can't get Arthur off the station safely.
No.
So I'm going to teleport to Arena and jack out from there. It'll leave him in Arena, but at least he'll be alive. And we can get him home later, hopefully.
I need another power usage roll. Crossing metaversal boundaries is extraordinarily difficult.
Yeah, I know.
That is one of the few
I rolled a
places you
5.
can go.
I beat it by 11.
Yes.
For a brief moment, you're in Arena, and then you jack out. The floating Arthur disappears from all of your scanners on board the ship. And then you are pulled back through the bright white light of the metaverse to your bodies.
He lived!
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yay!
I knew that wasn't going to be easy to do that, but I beat it by enough.
Yeah.
Awesome.
That,
And well done, chat.
yeah,
done,
that's
Chad.
crazy.
Really cool call.
While your time in the metaverse, you have been joined here at the secret Archangel base by Brony Robbins and Dr. Jennifer Clarkson.
Jenica. Missed her.
It looks like there might be more work to do out there in the metaverse. I want to thank you all for joining us for our episode of the Planet Metaverse Invasion arc today on Masters of the Metaverse here on the Zombie Orpheus Entertainment channel on Twitch. Thank you all so very much, and we will see you all again next week. Bye.
Thank you, bye.
Bye.
Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse. They travel through time and space and stuff. Troll them, re-roll them, throw them above. They fly through dimensions, this isn't a bluff. Heroes compelled, they have no choice. Bound by the winds of a secret voice. Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse. Masters of the Metaverse, Masters of the Metaverse.